Hey guys, good evening, Obodo fam. How is everyone doing? Good afternoon. Welcome back to our channel. I trust you are all doing good tonight. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wherever you are joining us from. I throw salute to how's everyone? Who has missed Obodo fam? I've missed Obodo fam too. I'm telling you guys. I have definitely missed Obodo fam. Welcome, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're joining the live stream from. I've been extremely busy. It just was not practical, possible for me, even tonight. I'm just gonna say, let me just squeeze in. Let me just try and squeeze in 1 hour tonight. Let me try. So, go be like, say, I dey abandon my obodo farm. Oh. I don't want people to feel like, I've not whatever drama that happened with, Joy the other day is still on. No, that's gone. That's all gone now. So as hello to now, please give this a thumbs up as you're coming in. Yeah, I missed everyone too. Give the video a thumbs up as you're coming in. If you have not subscribed, please do so. The subscription button is just down there. As you're coming in, give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you are holding on well, you are doing well. Yeah, subscribe. If you're watching from television, you cannot subscribe. I don't like it when people come to me and say, I've been watching you for years, but I never bothered to subscribe until. I'm like, really? I don't like it at all. It's free of charge. Completely free of charge. So if you cannot do it, then why are you coming to tell me, say, I never subscribed? I've been watching you for years, but I didn't subscribe until. Nah. Every day I dey shout for years, subscribe. Some people no go agree until it is well. Please give it a thumbs up. Put your notification bell on so that whenever we are live, you can get notification or whenever I drop a video. Unfortunately, I'm going to be dropping loads of videos without the live stream in the coming weeks because of time. But it's all good. I know the live stream are more engaging. People prefer them. I like them as well. But sometimes they are just not practical because of the time. It does take a lot of time to do the live streaming, especially the amount of time that I, we put into it. People can watch and go and come back. They watch and pick up, but if you are the one that is the moderator, you don't get anywhere to go now to sit down there from the beginning to the end. But I do enjoy them. They are very engaging. I trust everyone is well. I always salute to everyone joining. You're welcome. Please give it a thumbs up as you're coming. So this matter of Chichi is what I wanted to update you guys about tonight. I wanted us to talk about it some more because this is one of the things that we normally talk about on this platform, as in this is a very unfortunate one. And these are some of the issues that we'll talk about here. So you have the issue of relationship, marriage breakdown, and all the palaver that comes with African marriages, Nigerian marriages that people will not allow them to end in peace when they should just end and everybody should go their own way. People will always say, no, you cannot leave. Oh, we have to, children, this, that, church, religion, culture, everything. Timothy, you dey go join Facebook for my hand no dey that one, no. My hand no dey. Okay, maybe I will give you maybe I will allow you to moderate one day. So that you will keep busy. Oh, somebody says here, say I know Chichi very well. You work together. Oh, I'm so sorry, T babe. I'm so sorry. Actually, a family member of mine knows her as well. She's the one that even told me a lot of things before these updates. My cousin actually knows her as well. They know each other very well. They are friends. I didn't know until about was it yesterday who spoke, and then he told me what's happened, that he knows Chichi. Oh yeah, you are here. I'm yín lálẹ́ yìí. Ẹ ǹlẹ́ o, mọ̀mọ́ nìyẹn. Welcome. Honestly, all the issues that we talk about here on this platform, relationship breakdown, safety for people when things are not working, how people can safeguard themselves so that all these stories that touch the heart will not happen. And then, of course, the big elephant in the room, which is the issue of property, you know, is all together. It's rather unfortunate that, Chichi is no longer with us, leaving 4 children behind. But there is a lot of lessons that we can learn from it. So I wanted us to have a chat about this because the first video I dropped was a very short one, and obviously a lot of people know her. She's somebody's child, she's somebody's mother, she's somebody's colleague, she's somebody's friend, and it's just unbelievable. Really, really unbelievable what's happened. Uh so I said let's do an update because apparently Olopa don't grab the Mongo Park now. The Mongo Park has been grabbed by Olopa. They say Olopa don't grab am. This is the information that we have now, that Olopa don't go catch am. Actually, now only they say take a leg waka. It's only in take a leg waka go Olopa place. So first of all, let's start from the very beginning. The story about Chichi. So Chichi is a mother of 4. She was staying in Nigeria with her husband, and then she relocated to Scotland. Initially, the story we had was that she's been here for close to 4 years, but my cousin who knows her now told me that she's been coming and going, like she's not really stayed fully until last year. That's when she now stayed. You know how sometimes now you'll be coming and going. Actually, she's the one that they said she did all the paper processing, everything for herself, her husband, the 4 kids, even bought tickets. Even bought tickets for them to relocate here. Nigeria hard. Everybody they jar, people they find where to enter. Especially when you are thinking about, your children. It's not like people are not still there. People are there. Some people will still relocate back, which is, it depends on your circle, who you know. You know how it is in Nigeria. Now who you know now go determine a lot of things. All right. So this woman was looking for a better life, which we all do, which is why a lot of us come to this part of the world in the first place. How life will take better for me and my children, my family. How we will improve things, Things no bit for you. Everybody they find opportunity. And whether you like it or not, no matter what you want to talk, a lot of people are better off when they don't see opportunity to come off from Nigeria, come enter the abroad. They have more opportunity, especially if they fear to work. Or if you are not work shy, as Oyibo they call them, Oyibo go say work shy. The first time I hear that word, I laugh. If you're ready to work, say, anyhow, something go they come in to the point say you go dey help yourself, they help your family here. And if you have people back home, you will still help them. So everybody everybody jackpa, max exodus and migration currently going on. So now Chichi find her way, say, okay, let's go to the abroad, as it is now. My husband, let's go. Carry husband, carry children. Come obodooyibo. They say, Mr. Emmanuel. Now Emmanuel be the guy name. They say Emmanuel say, like Scotland, you not stay. Now be that. You not stay, Maybe if you say echo too much, say some people when they get big manism, when they have that big manism there, especially those ones where they feel say I cannot work for anybody. Now me go come here, come they do all this kind of work. No, I better go back to Nigeria. He not stay. All right, he didn't stay. They came here together, but he went back to Nigeria. Okay, thank God that people that even know her and are here. Justina said Chinyere is a very private person. She doesn't disclose her marriage. She had really done so much for that husband. Yeah. They said before they even came here that now patch, like they have serious issues. She was not happy. She left. They will reconcile, she will leave, they reconcile. So they get serious issues where come be say the man carry something, they pursue am that time, say he won't delete am. Hmm. And that's the cross of the matter, of which I emphasize in that first video where I do say, if person mean you, he plan you, say he won't do you, wetin your body call jamba, he won't do you strong thing. Hmm. He won't do you strong thing. But one thing we need to realize is that for our Nigeria, especially those of you in Nigeria, you understand. I will say this for Nigeria because it's not for every part of Africa. Mostly in Nigeria, they don't allow women to leave marriage. It's not a decision that you alone makes. Even if you decide that, okay, this thing is not serving me, it's not working for me, I don't try. I have prayed, I've fasted, I've given it my all, it's not working. It's time to walk away. Ha! Your family go say, eh? Most families will not agree. They will say, no, no, it's not in our family. Oh. Now you go come leave husband, you'll be divorced. It's a shame. You are bringing disgrace to the family. So they will tell you to go and intensify your prayer. All right. The church too will intervene. There are so many external factors that will intervene to make sure that you go back to that relationship, whether you like it or not. So as a result of all these factors, a lot of people are just suffering and smiling. They just did there. They suffer and smiling because they know say living is not even an option. Yeah. Now so. Kukwa says Nigeria and Ghana, they are very, very similar when it comes to marriage. Okay. So many factors. So the guy said he cannot stay in Scotland, he cannot stay in the UK. Cold too much for Scotland. It rains all the time. It's very, very cold during winter. He went back to Nigeria. Now, according to my cousin who knows her, like he told me that they talk almost on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, the day she went to Nigeria. When she arrived in Nigeria, they still texted, and this is the text where she said she's arrived Lagos. Look at the time. That's past midnight. Look at the time of that text. That's past midnight. That's the text that she sent to my cousin who is a very close friend. Say I arrived Lagos that same night. And he was saying to me that he texted her, but he never got a reply. Apparently, that time when he texted back, so that time now the band don't do on something, don't late that time. See, this is past midnight. That was when she was the one that texted to say she's arrived Lagos on the first Thursday. Yeah, Miriam, we'll continue to talk. Yeah, of course, we are not going anywhere by the grace of God. We'll continue to talk because we need a lot of education. Yeah. That's why when you check our logo, when you check what we stand for, is about on learning. There are so many things that we need to unlearn. They are cultural in nature, they are religious in nature. We need to unlearn a lot of things. And the most important thing for me as a safeguarding manager that I know that women need to unlearn is marriage by all costs. I must marry by all costs, especially when they are risk. Yeah, yes. Ajibola said the whole village will put mouth on your matter. Now, so they not go let you. They not go. No, 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 no. They will not allow you. They say, 4 children. 4 children. Where you want carry 4 children? Go. Where you going to start from? Who will marry you? No. I'm not saying that people should just leave without giving it a try, but when it's something that is very, very risky, and say they safe. Because you see, when something like this won't happen, it doesn't just happen overnight. There are always things that will show you that, okay, this is likely to happen down the road if you don't do something, if you don't save yourself. If you don't save yourself, likely if this thing continue, it might lead to this someday. Not be one day they start now small now. So they say he don't try him before. He don't try him when they were in Nigeria. He tried something like this before when he won delete Chichi. And yet they still made this woman go back. And my cousin said, he said Chichi is a very quiet person, hardworking, very, very quiet. So she got to Lagos that night. And waiting carry her go Lagos. Let me talk about that one a little bit more. What took her to Lagos was that she left her 4 children in Scotland to go to Lagos because they told her that this Mongopa called Emmanuel wants to sell her house that she bought in Lagos. Okay, so she said she's going to go and try and stop him. Well, he found out that he couldn't sell it because his name was not on the house, on the deed of the house. So she was going to try and talk him out of it and try to make things work because out of the things they were posting on social media, I still saw a post where she was wishing him happy birthday. She tagged him on it and say happy birthday, tagged him. Somebody said something to me, and it was Dupe that said it. One of the live shows we did about 2 weeks ago. She said, in Nigeria, marriage is a status, okay, especially for women. So if you are not married, or for any reason your marriage crumbles, then there is a lot of stigma, unfortunately, that is attached to it. Marriage is a status in Nigeria. Yeah. You know how they can't, when you go, they count different things. Nigeria is all about class. So marriage too is one of the things they will count. As a woman, if you're not married, it's like you've committed a crime. It's like you know now maybe that you sin pass, or maybe that you, and the woman always gets blamed. And I'm not saying that all women are angels or saints, okay? But when a marriage breaks down, the woman usually takes the bulk of the blame. And we all know that it takes two to tango. Yeah, it takes two to tango. It takes two to make a marriage work. Yeah, Nigerians are obsessed with marriage, Miriam. Oh, yes. Mm, mm. Nigeria are obsessed with marriage. Nigerians don't play with marriage. No matter what you have in Nigeria, no matter your achievement, as a woman, if you never get a husband, you'll never start. Forget about what you see on social media. If you live in Nigeria, you understand the reality, what marriage means. That's why you see young ladies are so desperate to get married. You see, when they start getting to 26, 27, pressure will start setting in. The pressure is real. People will not allow you to rest. Even if you are okay by yourself, you're just taking your time to find the right person. Maybe all the people that you found, you feel like, you are not compatible, it will not work. So as a result of this pressure and societal influence and, this status thing, a lot of women settle. They will settle for the wrong person. Even though they know there's no compatibility, they know just to answer that title. Yeah. Just to answer that title of being married, because it's a status thing. It comes with respect. In some parts of Nigeria, as a single lady, you cannot rent accommodation. The landlord will tell you to go and bring your husband. Even fellow women will look down on you. They will say all sorts of things to you. They say, "Hey, home me married woman. Is it me you are talking to? You get a husband." They will call you all sorts of names. Ashawo, yeah. Taiwo, you are right. They'll call you Ashawo. Once you are not married, you know be Ashawo. But even if na woman we be saying na Ashawo we dey husband house, the respect go there because it dey man house. I'm just trying to establish this so that if you didn't get it, why it is so difficult for people to break away from, this sort of relationship that don't serve them, that is potentially, very risky for them to do. This is why. All right. So Chichi carry herself go Lagos, say, let me go and try and talk him out of it, and so that maybe we will fit settle. If she knew. Had I known. Now this one be had I know. Had I know, yeah. They go call you all sorts of names if you know get husband for Nigeria. Now this one be had I know. If she knew, she for just sit down jeje with her children, forget about Lagos house, forget about talking him out of it or reconciling. All those ones not be anything. The most important gift that God gave Chichi was her 4 children. But how would she have known that it will get to this extent? Like literally that same night that she got there. So What happened was that she got to Lagos, the brother picked her up, they went home. The brother was with her. The poor, poor brother, the only son of their parents. Yeah. Picked her up in the 990s Mongo Park. What did they call the man when enter house? Okay. But can I forget, man, I not forget, say, after he finished doing what he planned to do, he ran off. Oh. You know, when I posted the first video, I said that he had taken off. They not see him again. Hmm? He's from Imo State. His name is Benjamin Ogudoro. Her own name is Chinyere Ogudoro. Hmm? So they quarreled because of the house matter. Because he was surprised to see that his name was not in the house, like I said. Mhm. So how did they find out? Let me tell you guys how they found out. Because what happened? He ran off, then he went and bandaged his hand. You know how you put your hand in a sling, like you something happened to you, maybe you had an accident or something. So he bandaged his hand, put all sorts of ointment on it to make it seem as if he's covering, something that happened to him too after he did what he did in the house, because he lighted them up. So unfortunately for him, the brother, Chichi's brother, according to the people that were there now, said that Chichi's brother, they still met him. He still feel they talk. He never delete that time, but Chichi was the first to delete. So the brother, now he come they tell them what happened. The brother told them everything. And guess what they did? They recorded it on video. They took a video of him while he was saying it. He said, "Na Emmanuel Duamo, he came back in the night though. This is what he did." So they recorded Chichi's brother, because that time Chichi no day again. So she can't record. They can't record where he was saying it, and he narrated everything you know, before the poor man. He's a father and a husband as well. Chichi's brother has 3 children, I understand. That he's married as well with children. And I kept thinking about how this Mungo Park no even look, say, these 2 children. Now the same parents born them. And guess what? My cousin told me that their parents are still alive. They say the question when mama they ask since when the matter happened, be say, not be people where they go thief, they get this kind treatment. What did my children do? Now people when they go thief for Nigeria, and it's not even now. I mean, it's only very remote areas in Nigeria that you even see it happen. Even now, they don't even do it anymore. Say you go thief, they catch you, they call say, okay, ole, before you know. Somebody go bring a channel, another person go bring what is it they call them? Tire. They don't even do it anymore. So they say the mama they ask say, who are offend? My children no thief. How come both of them can't get this kind of way be saying that people where they go thief now they happen to this treatment? Now what did the mama just they talk with that? That's all she kept saying. The only son. That's her only son. So, my people, there's a lot of lessons for us to learn from this unfortunate incident. And I think we shared quite some of them in that first video. Uh, when I shared the story the first time. First of all this wahala starts from marriage. The choice of who you marry. I saw a video once upon a time that was shared by Babadeboye, and he said something about the choice of who you marry. The choice of who you marry as a man or a woman, the person that you marry, yes, it can determine the rest of your life. It can shape the rest of your life, either for good or for bad. So, if we know all this, what we know now that, this is a very, very important decision that potentially can determine the rest of your life, then why so much pressure to pressure people to marry the people that they shouldn't marry just because they want to be married? And then when they now enter the marriage, and they say, okay, this thing is not working, because at the end of the day, the only person where they married, I know how they feel. Oh. Anybody can have an opinion, but you don't know. It's only the man and the woman, and maybe the children, if they have children, that will know, okay, this thing is happening every day too much. We dey quarrel too much. This person not responsible. This person is not bringing in money. Because I sit down, they think and say, why you refuse to stay in Scotland? You ran, carry your bag from Scotland back to Lagos, and you won't go sell house. Why you won't go sell house? House will not be your own. Why? So you see, these days a lot of you see a lot of young ladies on social media will tell you say they are not marrying, down. If you don't, if you are not at least very very close to where they are financially and in terms of career wise, manage no day. And I don't blame anybody because they've seen it. They've seen what happens. They've seen what happens. It's not everybody that can take the success they see, their wife. Because this is Nigeria we're talking about. Remember that a lot women are still being looked down on in Nigeria as the weaker sex and the lower sex, whatever you want to call it, lower or whatever. Obìnrin lásán, ordinary woman. Pastor Shala said it the other day in that video that I posted. Ordinary woman. So we're not talking about this part of the world where equality is almost on another level. In some part of the abroad service, like women even have the upper hand. At least the law and legislation is on your side as a woman. But in Africa, it's not the same. So if our people know, especially our aged parents, know, say, okay, oh, these are all the wahala, why they go encourage Chichi to remain? Because trust me, if Chichi not reconcile with this man, okay, let's say that time when they don't come Scotland, when the man carry him back, say, I not stay, I beg, to go too much for her, he rains too much. I don't feel do all this work. Some people, they are too big for some certain jobs. See Mr. Patrick the other day, when he come, when he talk, say, this, that, say, see any reason why person no go do like this because he see American wife where he can't come. When you give them soft landing. For some people, it's not the same. Okay, Chichi has a master's degree. So she has 4 children to feed. She has a lot of responsibilities. So she's not going to sit down and be choosing, pay, okay, is this work I will do? Oh, as I'm very educated, why should I take this job? No, she will do whatever she needs to do to feed those mouths. This is what we do as mothers. Because our children always comes first. We prioritize. Most mothers, not all though, because I know say some still they where they say they're not care. Will do anything if it's going to put food on the table for their children. You leave Scotland, go back to Nigeria, say you don't want to stay in Scotland. But obviously he's broke. Otherwise, why would he want to sell a house? You want to go and sell house. So she heard that, he was making an attempt to sell the house. He was not raking. So, if you put my name safe as a married woman, because, in Nigeria, once you marry, you've given up all your identity as a woman. You go leave go get your papa name again. You go change your state of origin. I was telling you guys a story once upon a time about when I was working in Nigeria, how unfair the system is. Because now they will say you are married. So when you get to a certain post, you cannot, because everything is done in the civil service at a certain grade according to your state of origin, because they have very few posts. Permanent secretaries, they choose them based on states of origin in the federal civil service. At least back then, that's what they used to do. They have what they call Federal Character Commission. All those things to determine where you come from. So if they have 5 vacancy, they go look, say, okay, who was the last state they gave last? Now by state. So as a woman, your state will not agree for you to take their slots if you get to that position. They will say, no, go to your husband's state. Your husband's state go say, no, for where? We don't know you. You are a wife. You don't, no. Just because you marry. I mean, there are so many legislation that are against. Nigeria is so backward when it comes to women. Legislation that will support women's rights is appalling. The other day, we heard about how the National Assembly, they submitted about how many bills. Who can remind me how many bills they submitted? None of them passed. Not a single one of them passed. Patriarchy is as alive in Nigeria today as it was in 1950. It never changed. So I dey look, and when I contemplate on these things, I'll just sit down and think, say, how do you think that because of one thing where they in between person leg go make you think say you get sense past the other person? No. Where brain day and under where that where you determine the gender under there, if but once you are a man in Nigeria, automatically you have an upper hand. Culture, the tradition, the religion. Now those three things, oh. Now those three things, even for church. How many of you saw this video? I saw it on Instagram a few days ago where there was a wedding. I don't know whether in Nigeria. It looks like one of those maybe East Africa or so. I'm not sure. Where the pastor was cleaning the woman's makeup. Did you guys see that video? It was a wedding, no? Inside church, pastor whole what's it called? He whole handkerchief begin wipe the girl makeup. He told the chief bridesmaid to start removing her nail polish, everything. I look at that video, I was sad. I say, God, what is this? Then they clean her face, clean everywhere. So to them now, in that church now, is it Uganda? Okay, Florence says Uganda. It look like Uganda, true. They say they remove her nail polish. So for that pastor now, for that church now, as a woman, you're not supposed to put makeup on your wedding day. That's why the pastor ordered the chief bridesmaid to remove her nail polish and he himself started using tissue to wipe her makeup. Yeah, now so we have a long way to go, and it starts with legislation. I'm telling you guys, advocacy is good, but without law, if you don't get it backing, the reason why women feel protected in this part of the world is because we have the legislation. You understand? Olopa they operate with legislation, okay? They need the law to back them up. Nigeria, where we say you go carry, if anything happen, you go police station. Olopa go tell you, say, madam, I beg go house. I beg go house. Go settle your family matter for house. Now here you won't bring your matter, come they say settle. Hmm? And I said, it is still the same when applying for a Nigerian passport for children. Years ago, I had to submit a letter from my husband that he authorized me to apply for the passport. You were shocked. Okay. Yeah. Imutian says, you believe the pastor wants to see the real face of the bride. If you try that kind of nonsense for this part of the world, not jail, now in that pastor go. That thing, when the man, that pastor, they do so, it get name where they call him. That's not acceptable. You have no right to treat another human being. It is strip her of her dignity. You won't see her real face. You not be the church member before. You don't know say the woman they go to church before. Is it the first time the pastor is seeing them? Abishebi, they normally have premarital counseling and all that before the day of the wedding. They would have gone to see the pastor to do all the arrangements. You want to see her real face, my dear. So, my people, Chichi go Nigeria. Oh. Chichi go Nigeria. Emmanuel no even, he not blink for night. Okay, like I was just seeing you how if they finally cut him. Make her finish because we are not going to be long. I'll share my link now if anybody has anything to say. Please be careful not to use any word because here now their matter don't strong well for here. You see, that's why I'm speaking a lot of pidgin English. Their matter don't strong, so remember to use delete and no use any word where go when go put us for trouble. Thank you so much, my body fam. Emmanuel go show up. He don't know say Chichi brother don't tell them everything what happen. You don't know say Chichi brother don't expose everything, don't tell them what happen. So now he can't come Olopa place. They say what happen. He say na fire. And even himself, not only him fear escape, but his wife and his brother no fear escape. And say he can't tie in hand. He use bandages, they tie in hand, pour all those things where they take the treat, that kind thing. Pour on for in hand. They say, come out the bandages, make they see your hand. They say Emmanuel no gree. Oh. He say no gree come out bandage. Say no, the hand they pain now. He call it fake. Say the hand they pain now. Now Olopa say if you no come out that bandage, just so you know Nigerian police now not be like all this one here where they still they respect you. They say saw. They go they say saw to you. Olopa, they go reset your brain if you try any nonsense for police station. Emmanuel no gree come out oh. He no gree come out in bandage. Now they bring the video. You know, no say they don't already report, because the matter was already with them. It's been reported, you know. So now they play the video for him where Chichi's brother was recounting exactly what happened. And as God will bless those people that were there, they didn't just take that kind of when confusion like that. If something like that happens, people go they confused, they don't know what to do, because their brain know they work well, they are, so many things they happen, they traumatize. But as God will have it, now God will won't punish this Mongo Park. He make the record and I dey play the video for him. Say, see, what Chichi brother talk. Now Emmanuel no say, okay, he don't jam rock. Now how they take arrest him with that? So he thought he was going to come and report that this is what's happened so that, he can exonerate himself. He was playing the victim, yeah. Chelsea Brown, yeah. He was playing victim. That's what happened. Unfortunately for him, because social media, very, very powerful too. The news was already everywhere. They broadcasted his picture everywhere. It was on all major Nigerian blogs. So everybody knew about it. So there's no hiding place for him. Nowhere people no get smartphone these days. Even if they no get smartphone to do Instagram and or they no get data to do Instagram and what's it called? And YouTube. They have data for Facebook. And the thing was all over Facebook. That's why he showed himself. He wanted to come and narrate story to say that no, it's not me, oh, it's not me, oh. So in my mind, I was thinking, what exactly was he thinking he was going to achieve? Say he go sell the house? Is that all about it? Whether I go sell the house? Not that I can't ask my cousin, say, what was he living in the house? He said, my cousin said yes, that is where he was living. That's another mistake that unfortunately Chichi made that mistake of going there. The man lives in the house in Lagos. If she knew, she would have gone to stay in a hotel. But she went to the same house. And that is where she was sleeping, that night. Yeah. Bimi, I hear you. You said the man believes he's entitled as a man to his wife's property, just like an Idibia's senior brother. Wisdom feels entitled. Now, so, entitlement mentality for Nigeria. Yee. Now, so, anything you have is them that have it too. Somebody put a comment in that first video that I did. Let me read it out to you because I think it makes a lot of sense coming from an Igbo man, because some people can just put tribe aside and speak truth. And I appreciate that, honestly. I do appreciate it when people are not so oversensitive and, only see things as, oh, it's my tribal person, so you go to condone them. Or, if you talk because it's your tribe. This is not about tribe. It's more serious than that. And this is what his name is Godwin Ejofo. He said, I'm an Igbo man, but I think most of our people are too emotional. And most of them need anger management. When I saw it, I was like, and it takes somebody who is very, very reflective to be able to put their hands up and say, yes, now my people, these are my people. Yes, I love them. I love you as my people. But if you love someone, you tell them the truth. That's what you do. You have to tell them to no hide because now my people, now my people. I don't help anybody. Nigerians, we know they like to talk true. Once it relate to our culture, no talk, oh, no talk, oh. If another person talk, they will say, okay, oh, now because you hate that tribe, now make you they talk against them. All of us get for hand, irrespective of where you come from. So all those tribal things, that's why you see, I don't believe in that BS. Because nobody clean. Pass. We all get for hand. So Godwin said, I think most of our people are too emotional and most of them need anger management. When you go to Lagos courts, he said the Igbos have the highest divorce, which people don't know. And I think most of our culture is responsible for this. So this is the cultural thing we're talking about a minute ago. He said the culture is responsible for it, right? He said it's not about building houses, though. An average Igbo man feels uh, an average Igbo man finds it hard to move forward after divorce because they think they own you. Hmm. And you don't own people just because you were married to them. God bless you, Mr. Ejiofor. You are speaking the truth. And he went on to say, in the US, the rate at which Igbo men delete their wives is much. And I repeat, it is the culture. It is the culture. That's what Godwin Ejiofor, who is an Igbo man himself, was very, very honest in saying this is the problem. We have a problem because we can all get emotional and get sentimental and we'll play the victim card of, oh, you are calling my tribe, you are doing this, you are doing that. But until you speak the truth about the situation and people have a conversation about it, go change. Oh, yeah, go change. It's not going to change, unfortunately. So we need to be able to have what Oyibo people will call these very hard and difficult conversations. They feel very uncomfortable. Honestly, it's not an easy conversation to have. But we need to have those conversations. Otherwise, how people go tell learn say, you no own anybody. Marriage no work, make everybody waka. E no mean say you can't make this poor mama where they stay for east now. Eh? The parents live in Eastern Nigeria now say one she'll wake up one day now, see these beautiful grown-up children where person don't how they suffer before you raise children. All of us are parents now, so you guys understand. But most of us are parents. Grown-up children that already have children. They've given you grandchildren. One day you just wake up. And because people are too afraid or they are too scared or too sentimental, they don't want to have this conversation, just Mongo Park will just delete you. Just delete the woman children. They say their mother, what she keeps saying is that this treatment, now people when they go thief, now they treat like this now. What do my children do? How you want to hold that woman now? How you want to hold her? So this is it. This is the conversation that we need. If only when she left without looking back. Both house, so you not look back, oh, say take. And you see the funny thing, if he was able to sell that house, the money go finish under 6 months. And when he finish, he back to square one. You understand? That's the problem. Tina say, a lot of Igbo men, in my opinion, see their wives as part of their property. Yeah. 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 The issue of the bride price, yeah, Timothy, the issue of the bride price now, yeah. I used to be one of the people that is very strong advocate of saying leave bride price alone. It doesn't disturb anybody. But now I'm beginning to see, you know, the long-term impact it is having on marriages. Okay. So that issue of bride price is something that we need to start looking at again now to know whether they should kuku abolish it pata pata if it's not serving anybody now because it's part of the problem. It is now become a part of the problem. Maybe some families, they don't have the money to return it. Because according to culture, when a marriage ends, you are supposed to return the bride price. Especially if it was what they paid was quite a lot. If they don't have money to return, now that time self the man will come and say, I own you, now me, now you be my property. See, there are so many men out there that are very happy. They even, they push their wife to do well, to succeed, to get to any length. They are even the ones that will be telling them, do this, baby, do this, do this, do this. They are not threatened by, say, their wife is doing well. But unfortunately, it's not all men. Some, once you become the breadwinner, wahala day, you don't buy markets. You don't need to say anything. They go say, hey, you are proud now. Hey, you know, It's not about anything that you do, it's just about their ego. And that and ego have been because of say they feel like okay now some they will even go spiritual and say that if it's Yoruba, my Yoruba brothers and sisters, some go even take and far and say that you don't collect the person glory. You collected the glory, you swapped the glory. Okay. So these are some of the issues. So that issue of bride price is something that we need to start looking at now. Yeah, very, very important. So quite a few lessons on this that needs to be learned. So if you got anything to say, I've just got like maybe a few minutes more so that we can just Mm, yeah. I don't know whether we ever come to that about not paying bride price, but I think we should start having this conversation now. Mm, because I don't know, I don't think it's helping. This bride price thing is not helping at all. It's not helping. Okay. Hello, Sister Ritu.
Mm.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, sis. Good evening, sis. It
You're
is well,
welcome.
it is
Mm,
well. The
mm.
very day I saw the first video, I didn't know what to say. I just want to say this, please, sisters out there, please. We shouldn't sex because of property, because these things, they are earthly things. If you delete today, they will not put you inside the thing, the way they are going to put you. You cannot go with anything. You can't go with nothing. Now she has left this kid behind. Is it not
Yeah.
better we survive and take care of our kids than pursuing material things? Is it not
Mm.
better? Since I told you, I left three. Three. One is first flat, is in Port Harcourt. The other one is New York. The other one is naked. Both with the business. Let me say four. I left everything. When I mean everything, everything. Because I know that when you have life, there is hope. You can
Benny.
acquire more. You can
Mm-hmm.
get more in the future, except you're a lazy person. But if
Yes.
you're not lazy and you've acquired that one, why don't you let it go? If he needs the paper, you give it to him. You give it
Mm.
to him. It won't take anything out of you. I'm so hot. I'm so broken. I don't know what to say because these four kids now, I don't know. It's not easy for someone to take care of your children. It is not easy. It's better when you are there. You know that if it's a garage, you sit together. Please,
Tony,
sister out there,
Tony had said
please,
Igbo culture makes their men feel important. The one that annoys me
everywhere.
is the one where women can't inherit their father's property. That is another thing
Yes,
that is terribly wrong
sis,
in our culture. It's not only in Igbo land, in some other parts of Nigeria too. They will
I
say
have the same. Yes, I
women
have
cannot
the same
inherit
culture.
in your
You
you
cannot,
can
you
inherit.
cannot, you
You see
cannot.
what I'm saying?
When my dad died, when my dad deleted, I was struggling to do it because I was the only child. I was struggling to see how I can fix things up. My uncle that was then was taking everything. He took everything. Even the only thing I begged him to take was picture, my dad's picture, so that I can show it to my child. That was the
Hmm.
only thing I took. Yes, that was the only thing I took.
So
Nothing was given to me. Nothing.
so
Thing was not given to me.
these are things that legislation can correct very easily if only we have a good system that works. But
Since
all
I
the
don't
people
think
that
that
they,
thing, I don't.
all the people that they elect not be to go share money they sabi.
Yes, I don't think that thing can be corrected. I don't think so because
It
it has
can.
been there. We came and met
No, no,
it.
no, 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 no. Sister, I don't talk like that. Say it cannot be corrected. Now, it's a man-made culture. It's also men that will correct it. There's nothing that cannot be corrected. You know the reason why
Yeah.
they don't correct them because it serves a group of people, which is the men. You favor them, now you make them.
Sis, do you know another one I came to know? I came to know that in Nigerian constitution, a woman has no say over whatever you have belongs to a man in
Hmm.
diaspora. That's what they will tell you. Yes, it's in the constitution. I never knew about it. When I put it down that this is what they said, no, the man owns everything that belongs to you. You don't have a say as a woman that this thing, this house, you're the one that bought it. It is a man that owns it.
It's
I
not
was
the
shocked.
property alone now. What about when the marriage? You see, waiting, this FFK wife is going through now. Is that not another typical example? According to the
That's the
Nigeria
same thing.
constitution as well, when a marriage ends, the children are given to the man. Even if it's a baby, now the men go take the pikin. They no go even they will take it. Everything about the law and the way the system is set
It
up, the court
favors the
is against
men.
them. That's why they change. Not be say it's not that they cannot change it. They refuse to change it because it favors them.
Yes.
And
That's what
women
I'm saying. I don't think
are
they will
not
change it.
the women that are making noise about it, they are not enough. Nigerian women, they like to they do as if okay, now we are submissive
Oh,
and we are the good
yes,
wife.
Lord.
So they even like it. You still see some women that will support that.
You can
Unfortunately.
imagine. You can imagine how somebody will have a mind of going inside and doing this kind of havoc. What would they do to him now? At the end of the day, what would they do to him at the end of the day?
He leave 4 children for Scotland.
Sisters,
You know the oldest is
yes,
14. That's what I learned today. The oldest
oh
child is
my
14.
God, that's
That's how
almost
young they
that's
are.
almost close to my son. My son is just 15. I can
Yeah.
imagine.
The oldest child is 14.
Oh,
So you have children between the
sisters
age of
out there,
14 down.
please, 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 let us join our hands together and make this thing to please. Let's go these things. Please. Don't
Okay.
and please. Because I don't know whether this sister used to watch this channel. I don't know whether she used to watch this channel. If she had been watching this, I don't think she would have gone to that place. She would not have gone there. Because when you come to this platform, you hear a lot of testimony, a lot of stories, what has happened and how they went about it, and it worked. I ran and left everything. Please, I ran and left everything. I was sleeping in the church. Am I not alive today? I'm alive today. If I want to get another one, I'll still get it.
When there is
We
life, there
shouldn't.
is hope.
Oh,
When there is like,
Jesus.
I don't think she ever knew that it will come to this. Maybe nothing say the man get the courage to do this because women are we always
Please,
hopeful.
somebody will use
After all,
something
I'm
where
the
they
father.
take go farm, take pursue you before. What
Uh,
thing they talk, sister?
yes, what
Person
in
use
my
what thing they
language
take
they
go
call
farm, take
obia.
pursue you before.
Now
Then
obia.
you not think and say to that extent when you won't sell her. Me and they Lagos, they sell empty the plot of lands. My son is a witness. This one where they talk say I live now, just the one where I don't put on what I don't buy where they business a property where they ground. Land property, I they Lagos, they sell them. He say man do it, he say I know if you do nothing. You
Okay.
understand? So
Mm-hmm.
these people are hard to do anything. So somebody don't go to that extent to use wetin they take go farm, they pursue you. You just
Mm-hmm.
say for this extent now when you go, next say go leave you. Maybe now make the brother there around. You just say when the brother there around, you know go fit do anything. It doesn't work like that. It don't work like that. Okay, see wetin in the plan now. Come carry sister, carry brother join. What kind of wickedness is that?
Thank you, my
Sisters, I
sister.
beg. I beg.
Yeah,
We could help
yeah.
ourselves. I beg. For the
Mm.
sake of our
Be
children, we could help
careful.
ourselves.
Be
Please,
careful.
thank
Just
you.
be careful. Thank you, my sister.
Ah,
I know.
bye bye.
Thank you. Favor, they ask question. Favor say, I have a question. So are we saying that as Nigerian women, uh, we shouldn't do anything that the eye will see, like buying a house on your name? Nobody's saying that, oh, Favor. Nobody's saying that. Why not? Why not? If you can afford it, definitely. What we are saying is don't drag. Be careful. Now, it's not about buying it, it's about when people want to take it away from you, how you go about it, especially if it's in Nigeria, because you are not protected. And a lot of people on that video were saying, oh, sis, you are just saying, oh, Auntie B, you are just saying we should buy in the abroad. What about people like us that live in China? I understand. When they talk abroad, sometimes I dey forget say not only West be abroad. So people that live in China, Korea, those places still there. So those people now, they might not be able to. They say the laws don't even allow you. So yeah. But when I say the abroad, most times I'm just focusing on the West here. Okay? It's about when there is a problem, when it comes to dragging property, they drag. Now there the wahala they start. People need to be very, very careful. I'm sure Chichi did not know this was going to happen. If she knew, she would have chosen her children. She not go. She won't go. I mean, the way my cousin told me about her, the kind of person she is, they say she's a very soft-spoken, easy-going person. She don't like wahala at all. She don't like wahala. I said my cousin say in cancel work that day. That he was on his way to work. He had to go back home. He was so distraught. He said, Bridge, you need to know Chichi, the kind of woman she was. Wow. Socks, you're welcome, my dear. How are you?
Auntie B, this thing touch me. I'm fine. Oh,
My dear, not only you, oh. Not be
yes.
only you.
I shared
Welcome.
it. I shared it
Mm,
with my husband, and he was like, "Oh my God, that there's no
mm,
smoke without fire."
mm-hmm.
The guy, like said, he has done something to her previously, but
Yeah,
because of our culture, this our culture and religion that makes women think that it is a taboo for a woman to be alone. No, walk away. Please walk away. She has seen the signs several times. She has seen the signs several times to walk away, but because of the way our culture is, we have glorified this thing called marriage.
yeah,
And better for worse, for better for worse to stay, has sent a lot of our young, beautiful, hardworking ladies down the drain. Can you imagine going to a foreign country within 4 years and you have bought a property? My first job in this country was in Bank of America. I don't even know how to count dollar. But at the end of it, look at how our sister made it. Took her children to this country called Scotland or to UK or wherever. And
mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, this is what happened. Can you imagine if we that were distant relatives or we are Facebook friends or Instagram or whatever we call ourselves families, we are
Mm-hmm.
being hurt like this? Can you imagine what the elderly age parents will be
Mm-hmm.
going through?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's no need for the parents to find joy in anything.
At
Two
once.
children. And because of the law of the land in Nigeria, this guy is going to go scot free.
No, he
They,
can't go free. No, he won't.
see, they will say it's husband and wife palaba.
No, no, not to this level. No,
I
no,
pray so. I pray
no,
so. I
no.
pray this man does. I pray that justice is being prevailed.
Yeah.
I pray.
Mm.
I pray because it's so overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
It's so over. Hey, God, have mercy on us, Father, please. Give women the strength and the wisdom and the boldness to know
Mm-hmm.
when to walk away, please, Father.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These things can be replenished.
Mm-hmm.
Money, houses, beauty, everything, you can get it. But life cannot be given back again. So learn, we ladies on this platform, share this video, please. Like the video, share it so that we'll keep learning. We keep learning, please. I beg us, we in diaspora, please, please. We work too hard. We work too hard. There's no woman out there. This, when you go to London, you go to America, you go to any foreign country, the law favors the woman. You see us, we work so hard. We are so intelligent. We are smart. So please, forget this for better, for worse. Learn to walk away when you see the signs. When you see the signs, it could be verbal sign, it could be hammer sign, beating sign. Walk away. Find a safe place to stay with your children.
This well.
Please, I beg every one of us. Auntie B, congratulations. You're doing a good job. I saw your investment. I'm happy for you. You speak it, you preach it,
Thank you.
and you're living the life. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Thumbs up.
Thank you very much, Socks. Have a
Welcome.
good evening.
You
Thank
too. Bye
you.
bye.
Bye. Ninye, you are next. Unmute yourself, please. I've missed talking to people and having this conversation. We're light alive.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you, Auntie B, for bringing me on, and you've got a lovely show. I mean, on this issue, it's just so sad. It's just so
Mhm.
sad. I think the only getaway for me, um, I know that bride price has always been an issue. Talking about people seeing that as a payment for the lady, and then classifying her as your property.
Mm,
But while I believe that that has a lot of looking into to go on, I mean, there are the men and the women need to really stand and speak against the bride price, or but again, we're all for preserving culture. we're not to throw away everything about our culture, but we're to adapt it to the
Mm-hmm.
changing times.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, in my place, the bride price was standardized. In fact, if your child is getting married, you just go to the counselor's office and collect the bride price, everything down to, you know, um, an amount that honestly is serious. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, darling.
Yeah,
Go on.
a suitor can be able to afford, standardized, no matter how rich you are. And it even better measures can be put in place so that you still have the relic of the custom, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't, it doesn't have to be prohibitive. It doesn't have to be I mean, an incentive for people to get into crime just because they want to marry a woman, or to stay single until 30, 40, just because they cannot afford to marry someone,
Mm-hmm.
or get women, just looking for the rich, just so that the person can be able to do all that is required of the custom. No, all that has to be done away. But I really think that the main issue is the kind of man. And and of course, this is not in any way blaming anybody. I don't know anyone. I don't know the poor lady. So this is, I'm stepping away from her story now. But
Mm-hmm.
I think we women, especially when we're single, we need to be more observant. We have to be more astute. We
Mm-hmm.
have to be able to judge character,
Mm-hmm.
because that is where a lot of people are missing it.
What about
The
the
ve-
external factors, Neye? Because even the best judges of character, look at Onyeka Onwenu. When she
Mhm.
spoke about her marriage, on her 70th birthday, she finally spoke about it. We're not even talking
Yeah.
about you as a human being, whether you have the strength, the courage, or you are bold enough to be able to judge or discern. It's the external factors that the main thing. The people around you, your family, the church, the culture, the tradition. These are the things that hold women. Because believe it or not, a lot of women know. They know.
Yes, I understand that, but the thing is, times are changing. The change we need will not happen, in a day. If you are exposed, or if you have exposure, you should be able to use it in determining your life. If you've had the privilege of going to school, if you've had the privilege of being able to work and earn a living, to the extent of even going to other countries and seeing how things are done, you use
Hmm.
it to better your own life. That's the truth, because at the end of the day, I mean, you won't say, I'm sure your worldview as a child, maybe you grew up in Nigeria, is much different from your worldview now. You keep changing, you keep learning, and part of those learnings are to be applied in our own life.
Hmm.
It's, yes, because then what is the use? If you have all this exposure, you have the privilege to be able to, you're not bogged down by poverty. You're not
Hmm.
bogged, you understand, you're not bogged down by all those things. You have actually been given more than many women. You've been given
Hmm.
an education. Of course, not everybody's educated, but I'm just saying, in some cases, you've been given money, the ability to do business and be successful at it, or the ability to,
Even if you don't have an
have paid
education, you have
employment.
common sense. You can learn.
Exactly.
It's not only formal education that teaches you about life or
Yeah, but
prepare you.
the thing is, poverty has a very big role to play here. Sometimes
Hmm.
when women stay in abusive marriages, is because they lack options.
Hmm.
Poverty is the biggest issue.
But she is the one in this circumstance. I know you are not talking
Hmm.
about her, but in
Yeah.
this case now, she is the one that is even working and is making money. But yet she
I
stayed.
Yeah,
You
I
know, we
understand.
were told that she left before, and they
Hmm.
made her come back. So it
Yeah.
wasn't because she couldn't take care of herself. It's because again of external factors. Why did she come
Yeah.
back to Emmanuel?
Well, like we said, I mean, we're not going to start assuming, but I'm just imagining, if someone is in that situation, what
No,
will
it's
I
not an assumption,
advise the
my dear.
person? Yeah.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot,
Mm.
Niye, but I'm telling you categorically that I know why she went back.
Y- y- I
They
I
got
I,
four
I agree with
children.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got four
Yeah.
children. So they will say, "Ha, four children. Where you want start from? I bet go. Now so everybody they manage. Go manage."
I agree. And I think something else I wanted to chip in, which I mean, I started by talking about before you get into the marriage, being trying to judge the character and pay attention to little things. I think
Hmm.
also when you are in marriage, you should also be able to change as the piper is changing the tune.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get married, you even see even more things that you couldn't have seen during courtship. And you
Absolutely.
too, you start adjusting. You
Mm.
start adjusting. So, for instance, and I'm not even scared to say it, if your man cannot take it, don't disclose your earnings. If your man is not the kind of person that can take it, or that has the kind of person that has that inferiority complex, fine, to keep the peace, don't
Mm-hmm.
disclose your earnings.
Mm-hmm.
Hide it. I don't care what anybody says.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage should be an open book. No secrets. I don't care, because as
Somebody
far as I'm
say in the
concerned.
comment section just now that they need to rewrite, because I've noticed here in the West that the marriage vows have changed, is evolved. But in Nigeria, is this same one that they've been using since God knows before they born my papa. That's the one they still use till today. Do you take this person to be your dearly beloved in sickness and in rain and in health and in this and that? That is what they still use till today. And I want to, I actually agree that we need to rewrite that. Those vows need to change because some women take it literally.
Mhm.
They say
I
for better for worse. So who was it in the comment section that said that for better for worse they should change it? It needs to change because it's not serving this generation anymore. That was applicable in the 60s or 50s or whatever. This is 2022. I agree. Oh, they need to change it. Oh, hmm.
well, this the discussion is going to be very long, because the truth is, when you get into marriage, the best mindset to have in order to even make it work is that you are going to be committed. Not
Yeah,
committed unto the risk of losing your life or exposing yourself to diseases, but short of some deal breakers. The idea is that you're going to be committed, because that's the only way this whole family structure thing can make sense. What is the alternative? Is litany of divorces, broken homes, children raised outside the family unit. Is that the alternative? Yes, it's better that way if your life is on the line. Agreed.
absolutely.
It's
Thank you
better
very
that way if
much.
your life is on the
Hmm.
line. But there is still the commitment bit to marriage.
Mm, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
because when I hear, I mean, when people really take decisions, how many of them remember their vows? But the truth is, even beyond violence, even beyond sexual promiscuity or any other deal breaker you may have, there are still issues you have to deal with in marriage. And you tolerate, you accommodate, you forgive, you compromise, you pick up, and you keep going.
thank you so much, Nenya. You said it very, very well. I couldn't have. You've put it very aptly. I agree with you. We need to involve. We need to adapt. We need to unlearn, and we need to rewrite those vows as well. Yes, we have to rewrite them.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Thank you very much
I
for having
appreciate your
me.
call. Yeah, take care,
Cheers.
my
Bye.
darling. Okay, bye bye. Yeah. Um, LD says, I've worked in pensions before and I can tell you that 100% that most Nigerian men don't see their wives as equals. They do not use them as next of kin, even years after marriage. Yes, you're right. A lot of people don't use their wives as their next of kin. And the poor wife will use them as next of kin. Hmm? Some will use their mother in Nigeria as next of kin. Can you believe that? That you live in a diaspora and you put your mother in Nigeria or your father as your next of kin. If anything happened to you, they start looking for +234 to call. To call. Hmm. I also say we need to change the narrative. I think it was also that was really making that strong comment that we need to change. For better I stay, for worse I flee. Nothing like for better for worse. Mm-mm. That line is a huge problem. Okay. Hmm. And BA is saying everybody has a right to be happy. So any wedding vow holding you against your happiness is not going to be. People should just write their, you know, they should write their own vows. I actually like the idea of writing your own vows. I love it. I think it's beautiful because these ones that we've been saying to God knows how long now. We don't even know who wrote them. Maybe it was handed down from the Catholic Church or something. I don't know, but that's what everybody uses. All the churches in Nigeria, that's what they use. Who wrote those wedding vows, for goodness sake? It's time to change them. Honestly, another thing that somebody raised here, we're running up now. If you've got something to say, we've done an hour already, and I said I'm going to do an hour. Another thing that somebody said, I think it was Romari that said it, is about what will people say. What will people say? The people that are in the WhatsApp of what will people say? Because when your marriage ends, it's considered a failure on your part as a woman. Yeah. So what will people say? What will people say? Another thing, Chelsea, you're talking about, it's interesting that you're talking about legislation because we are talking about this on a very broad, basis now. We're not only talking about, on this incident of Chichi and Emmanuel and Chichi's brother. Do you know that as a Nigerian man, if you marry a foreign woman, okay, they will give your wife citizenship immediately. So, for instance, Mr. Patrick, the comedian that we did his show a few weeks ago here, the wife, who is an African American, already has, papers, Nigerian papers, that she can go to Nigeria with without visa. But as a woman, if you marry a foreigner who is a non-Nigerian, obviously, the man doesn't get the same right. There are so many things that are wrong in that country of ours, and that's why the country is how it is. Now, men, they write the law. Now, they're full the National Assembly. How many of them are lawmakers that are women? How many ministers are women? Even the ones that are there safe, they have to just follow. Most of them. Now, follow, they do follow the men. It's sad. Honestly, it is shameful in this day and age that the laws are so skewed against women. Bio,
Auntie B, good day.
welcome. Good
Yes,
day, my brother.
yeah. I joined late, but I can pick up and talk about what your last sentence now, which is the Nigerian law. Not favoring. We're not even talking about favoring, not protecting women, because if you
Yeah,
use the
as a
word
woman,
favor,
yeah,
it,
it's
it
not
it
even favor.
becomes,
Yes.
it's not about favor. It's just about making people equal human beings. None of us choose our gender coming to this world.
God
Every
bless you.
time
Oh.
every
Mm.
time I say it on this channel, whether you are a man or a male or whatever, you will have children, okay? And whatever you say today is not to be selfish because you are protecting your sisters, your mother, and your children, okay? So, what you would not want to happen to your own children, why do it to somebody else? What you will not want to happen to your sister, why do it to somebody else? The law in Nigeria does not really favor women, does not protect them. I keep using the word favor, but does not protect women. And the bottom line, just like you said, is because we are divided. Our lawmakers, if you look at the National Assembly, the composition and all that,
Mm-hmm.
there are things that if you even bring it forward to that assembly, they will look you like, you are out of your mind because all they can talk about is a senator who is proud that he just married a 16 years old or even less, and ask the wives to stand up in the National Assembly and say, see all my wives, by next session, he's going to have more children, things like that. So, therefore, it doesn't really protect women. A lot of women are in bondage, which is
Mm-hmm.
very bad. They are in economic bondage.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone living a life without happiness is not good because at the end of the day, the way Nigerian is set up that once you marry, this vow you are talking about, that's why you see a lot of men pretend, just like a dead trap, you know, just pretend, lie, and do everything just to get you to take that vow. And immediately after that vow, they now believe that they have such rights over a fellow human being, which is bad. You know, I keep saying it. Any agreement or whatever going to under false information is null and void. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you know, that's why you see a lot of Nigerian men, they put all efforts just to marry you first. And women should see these things. They put all efforts. Just wait for that last day. You are just going to take that vow when they are just going to go to your family house and pay whatever bad price. And at the end of the day, they claim ownership of that human being and decide to do the way they like. Can you imagine? You know, so this is the backward mentality of a lot of our men. Yes, they claim ownership. That is just the truth.
You know
They
the
really,
thing that really the thing that makes it all laughable, Bill.
yes.
You know the population of Nigeria has more women than men.
Mm-hmm.
So if women
Yes.
makes up, let's say, I'm just saying this roughly now from the top of my head. I don't have the figure. They don't even have the
Yes.
figure anyway.
Between 60 to 70 years.
60 to 70% is
Yes.
women.
Yes.
How can they be so oppressed in the same country?
And to be the same reason you will see that even though the younger generation have higher population, how come are the older criminal politicians that are very few still taking charge of everything? Do you know that if the younger population come up and say we want to wipe these people out, not in violence, in re-election and all that, they can. So this is just the same thing, because what they will do at the end of the day is to set confusion among the oppressed. That is what the oppressors do. You know, they set confusion among the oppressed.
Yeah.
Last time they wrote a lot of laws in the National Assembly
Yeah.
for women. He even took Buhari's wife to go there, and at the end of the day, nothing. They didn't pass nothing.
Not one of them
Not
passed.
one of them.
Bill.
I'm telling you, they didn't pass nothing. This is not fair, you know, because I don't know how some men sleep. You as a man, knowing that you have a daughter, you have sister, you begin to think that if this thing they do it to your own brother or your sister, will you like it? That is the question you should always ask yourself. So this marriage vow, I'm in total support of it. You cannot force me to come and take a vow that is being taken, and tomorrow the terms, every contract has terms and conditions. If you breach it, whatever is signed has broken.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know, if you say I should come and take vow right there, do not cheat. If you cheat, this marriage is over. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
because you take vow, you are not referring to the vow when you break the terms and conditions of that vow. You are not providing. You expect me to stay on that vow. You went out to cheat with the woman. You carry something come. I don't want to say it here because of the video, you know. And at the end of the day, you ask me to stay there because it's better for worse. The people don't understand the better for worse meaning, you know. So all these need to, just like you said, those vows were collected from the Catholic Church. That's
That's what
just
I
the
thought.
truth.
That's what
Yeah,
I thought.
because yes, Catholic Church was the first church that brought those Christian whatever in, and yes,
The
and
Christian
you know,
wedding.
when our Pentecostal church started, they started just copying that vow and say this and that. That is why you find out that the only thing, if you go to Pentecostal church, that you will hear God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit is when you go to wedding. Finish. Pentecostal don't use God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. If you want to hear them use that word,
They don't
just
use
go
in the
to
name
a
of the Father and
Pentecostal
of the Son.
wedding.
Yeah, in
Yes,
the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy
yes,
Ghost.
yes. Only Pentecostal wedding you will hear that, because they
Yeah,
just copy and paste. So
I
let us
see.
be careful about these things, because even the Bible in itself, the only wedding that was there is traditional wedding mostly. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
so let it be a custom on what this would be and what that would be, and let us try to help women, and that is why it's affecting that country, because any country that has lack of respect for women never grow. That's just the truth.
Yeah, you said
It's
it
like that,
before. You
because
said it before,
women,
BU. That
yes,
any
now
country that does not respect and protect women don't grow.
it
That's
don't
why
grow.
Africa is like that now. You know, South
I'm
Africa.
telling you, women is the mother of the world. Women, they are. If women today say we don't want to give birth to anybody anymore, this world will come to an end now. You know what I mean? So women has power. God has given them that power. It is in them. Even the church, the Catholic Church itself, called the church not because of Mary, just because it is something that reproduces, that grows. So women has what we call, they are there's a light in every woman. That is why when you look at the Bible, it keeps saying it. If you find a good woman, you find a good thing. You will prosper. You will do this. Because if a woman is against you, it's many women are bleeding in that country. They are crying every day. They are crying, suffering caused by men, and the men are carrying pot belly, chopping political money, and they think that the country will go well. It won't go well. They need to go and fix those things so that they will prevent all these things that are happening here and there. Okay, so I want to end it here for now, and
Thank
I
you.
do
We
want to
appreciate
appreciate
brothers
you for
like
everything you
you.
do. You
Mhm.
know,
Thank you, Bill. We appreciate
yeah.
brothers like you that are supporting women. Otherwise, our voices alone is not enough. They go say, go sit down. You know, say till now, a woman will be
Mm-hmm,
talking, and one man, I dey use the word man loosely because I don't
mm,
get anything to call him again.
mm.
Now I the same man, so you go say, I beg, keep quiet, you woman, they talk. Now
Imagine.
you ordinary woman, they talk to me, I go dey see you.
No.
If they can't man, so they go count you as you did so.
That's a stupid man, because any woman might see what you're not saying, and it's wisdom to listen. There's wisdom in listening, because the woman is the builder of the home. They are the protector. They will tell you that this is what they see. And once a woman give you that advice, you should watch it. That is why every mother has that foresight to see what man is just gragrana. You understand? We
God
are just
bless you.
moved by sight. So
Mm.
that's it. Yes.
Thank you so much, Bio. God
All
bless
right.
you.
All right. Have a
Thank
nice
you
day.
so much. Have a nice day. Thank God for brothers like you. Adewale, you're another brother that we thank God for every day on this platform. You're welcome, sweetie. How are you?
Good evening, Auntie B. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can. Hi,
Uh,
school. I hope you're good.
School is fine. Yes, I'm good. I'm good. Long time no see.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So this is another sad story. I really wish I wouldn't be hearing these stories again, but I highly doubt it because um culturally in Nigeria, women are not seen as human beings, and I'm not saying this lightly. It's something I have observed and seen. So in our cultures, women are just seen as a means to an end. It means to just what to continue the bloodline. They're not seen as human beings. They're not seen as people who could make decisions. And when that happens culturally, that extends to our laws, to our rules and regulations. That's why in the Nigerian constitution, if a woman gets married to a foreign man, that man cannot become a Nigerian. Whereas if a man gets married to a foreign woman, she can become Nigerian. That is because in Nigeria, culturally, this extends to all cultures. Women are seen as properties of men. So women are nothing without the men. That's why a lot of women are obsessed with marriage because without that thing that makes
The
you you,
identity, yeah, of a
you're
man.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're nothing. So without a woman being tethered to a man, being attached to a man,
Mm-hmm.
culturally she's
No,
seen
let me
as
use the
nothing.
Nigerian lingo for it is being under a man.
Exactly. It's
Hey,
not even
hey.
under is even a nice way of
Women
saying
don't
it. Beneath
suffer.
is
You go there
exactly. So
under.
that's how it
And that's
is.
why
That's
they
how
use
it is.
words like control. You cannot control her.
Control, exactly,
Who
exactly.
who who controls another human being? To
I
your
don't I don't
God.
understand. I don't understand. Like why would you need a husband's letter like to get the children's passport? I mean the wife is old enough, she's an adult. She can get her own children's passport. But I'm not surprised because culturally that's how women are seen. And if until that change, if that doesn't change, the others cannot really change. Because if that changes, this nice hardworking woman wouldn't have gone back to Nigeria to drag a property with this man. She wouldn't even even entertain his audience at all, because she would know that she's whole on her own self, and this man is just a liability. That's what he is. He was
Hmm.
just a liability, and that's why even when the someone's husband is not doing the duties, they will still tell you to stay there and protect the man. Stay there, because culturally, if that woman leaves, she's no longer seen as a human being. She's seen as something else. So until that changes, I like, no matter how many, like, and it actually also has to start from the government. But even in the parliament, when 90% or 98% of people in
They
the
are all
parliament are men,
men, very
old
old.
men,
Some of them
old,
they
very
contribute
old men,
nothing. They bring nothing to that
they're
national affairs. They are
very,
just
very
there.
archaic.
All they go
Even
there
like,
is to do is to share money. Some of them
just
can't even speak
exactly,
English. You see the
they
other one the other
can't
day,
speak
senator
English.
that was fighting in a toy shop where he took girlfriend to.
Of
That's a
course, of
senator
course.
in the
Even
Federal
sometimes,
Republic of Nigeria.
yes, even sometimes when you hear this kind
Hmm.
of suggestions or the things they say, I start thinking, I mean, are we in the 19th century? Like, what century are we in? But that's how
No,
it
it
is.
doesn't change. It doesn't change. Unfortunately, or the change has been really slow. It's been really, really slow.
It's for me, I say it's non-existent, because that's no change. That's just, you're just patching things up. You're not really fixing the problem. You're just patching it up. And it doesn't work that way. And I was talking to a lady who was talking about how, like, her aunt was really going through an abusive marriage, and one day the aunt got really angry and stood up against the man. And I told her that if I was her nephew, I would have told her to leave. You don't fight an abuser, you run. I don't know how to say, you don't fight, you don't stay there and fight, or you don't go there
Just
and
protect
start
yourself
dragging
first of
things.
all. Whatever
But
you
that's
want
the
to do,
first
be
thing,
doing it from
protection.
afar. Yeah. And that's
Exactly,
why you see in this
exactly.
part of the world, when anything is happening, if the police come, the first thing they do is to remove one person.
Removed, exactly. That's
Yeah.
how it should be.
That's it. The
If
separation has to take place so that,
has to take place.
yeah.
Yeah, so if we are going to mitigate these problems, at least stop the next one from happening, we need to tell our women that whenever you're in any abusive relationship, either verbally or physically, the first thing you need to do and think about is leaving, not
Yeah.
staying to fight. It
Yeah.
doesn't work. It's a
Thank you.
losing battle most of the time.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that's all I wanted to say, Auntie B. Thank you very
Thank
much for
you.
having me.
Thank you, Adewale. You always bring
Bye
it
bye.
100%. Thank you, my darling. I appreciate your contribution as always. Wiser beyond his age. He's a young man, but I tell you, any woman that is going to get Adewale when he eventually, matures enough to want to marry, ha, I mean, yeah, will be that woman will be blessed because you understand what it means. What, the struggles that we women go through. You understand it. Thank you. Dupe, you are welcome.
Hello, Sis B. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, 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 fine. Getting there.
Okay. Glad you're able to join us tonight. What do you have to
Yeah.
say?
Oh, I was rushing. I was really rushing to make sure I do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, I think I'm going to come from a different angle, and I'm looking at the role of mother-in-laws and sister-in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
Because in as much as yes, we cannot overflog or overemphasize the role of men in protecting a punitive a culture. But at the same time, mother-in-laws and sister-in-laws unfortunately have a huge role to play
Mm-hmm.
because these are women who have very powerful position and powerful influence in the
Mm-hmm.
lives of their sons and the lives of their brothers. Okay. Now, we've had situations where I remember when I used to work back in the time when I used to work in women's aid, and I remembered, particularly when we're dealing with specific people from specific ethnic minority, you find out that they're not even. It's not even more about the man. It's
Mm-hmm.
about
His
the
family.
role of their
Mm-hmm.
mother-in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say this in pidgin: if you now see the kind thing where women they do other women body
Mm-hmm.
in the name of marriage,
Mm-hmm.
like honestly, some women hell self no fits them. That's how bad it is. Hell no fit some women. But hey, we're where we are. For change to happen, I've always said, it's not just about the man, it's looking at the home front, the women. A lot of us have male children. Personally, I have a male child. And I always say to myself, I would want to treat my future daughter-in-law
I have
the way I want her
0.2%
to be
ADHD,
treated.
my friend.
Okay? Because as women, we have this picture. Some of us, some women, they have this picture of this is who my son would marry. Even when their children, even when their male kids are married, they don't let go of the rope. You have a
Mm-hmm.
mother
Mm-hmm.
who would
Mm-hmm.
tell her son or her daughter-in-law, the moment the daughter-in-law is being introduced, that daughter-in-law becomes the rival. For what reason?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I still don't understand. Some women would
You
tell
know
their
what I
mother,
find? Because
yeah,
a lot of mother-in-laws that are like monster-in-laws are the ones that were not happy in their marriage. That's
sis
what I
B,
find.
sis B, even the
I've
ones
never
that are,
seen a
some
mother-in-law
women,
that was treated well and she herself enjoyed her marriage that turns like that. I've never seen. Honestly. I
well,
don't
to
know.
be
Have you guys
honest,
seen
I've
any?
never seen.
Good.
But one thing
When
that
they
is,
feel like, okay, I had it very bad in my own marriage. So anyone that comes for my son, then to go chop, they go collect.
but apart from that, sis B, there are also some women that are naturally controlling.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, whether they are
Mm-hmm.
happy in their
Yeah,
marriage
those
or
are
they
the
are not.
matriarchs. Yeah, the matriarchs of the family too. They are exactly like,
Yeah.
if not even worse than the men that we're
Because
talking about.
you see, whether they are married or whether they had a happy marriage or not, some women are naturally controlling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know of a very close friend that when she got married, her mother-in-law told her, I've never seen that kind of madness in my life. The mother-in-law came to the house on their wedding day, after the whole Owambe dance and everything. She came and she lined up the son's clothing for the next this couple they live abroad. They were going to go back abroad, and the mother-in-law lined up the clothing that her
Mm-hmm.
son will wear for the next few weeks that they will be in Nigeria. Some
Mm-hmm.
mother-in-law would phone and say, "This is what my son eats." You understand? Some
Mm-hmm.
mother-in-laws, unfortunately, they don't let their son thrive in their own marriages.
Mm-hmm.
From the day the woman comes in, it's like some of them even go to as bad as being the one to choose.
Yeah, but can the man, if you are matured as a man and you are ready to marry, what are you supposed to do?
Sis B.
That you are the one that you don't expose your wife or your
Yeah, but
intended to your
if
to your brothers, to your sisters and your mother. You are the one that say, Mom, okay, I love you. I know you mean well for me, but okay, you can drop it now. I have
but remember,
somebody
Sis
else is
B.
taking over. The problem, give me a second, where the problem is that a lot of men cannot stand to their mother, especially if they have controlling mothers. They are baby, what they call them, mama's boys.
Yes, some of them are mama's boy. I do agree with you. Okay. But some men as well, they find it difficult to mitigate the relationship between their mom and their wife. They don't set boundaries. Okay. And the fact that you're not willing to set boundaries makes the woman who is coming into that family very vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I've seen situations whereby the man is married and the mother is saying, you know what? This is my son. This is how my son sleeps. This is how my son eats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you also have the sisters. Oh, you have finished our brother's money.
Mm-hmm.
And to some extent, maybe the man is not even the main breadwinner in the household.
See, a lot of brothers, I mean, and I'm sure that we have many brothers listening now. We have some really good brothers out there, but sometimes I feel like some men, no matter how good they are, they still don't have a clue about how to go about these things.
Yeah,
If your wife or your girlfriend or fiance, whatever, they're telling you this is because another thing you need to know, Dupe, is that that two face that they do, they're not go show. Sometimes they're not going to even show that kind of behavior when the son is there. It's behind.
exactly.
When the son is there, they'll be doing all of it. Oh, yeah, oh, mommy, kinika, kinika. They almost want to carry you and put you in their lap to show that they love you. But when your husband is not there, or when their son is not there, at that time they will show you the real self. So if
But
your wife is
some,
telling you about this thing, you need to now you need to do that fight. You are the one that needs to stand up to your mother. Don't
Yeah, but
allow her to be fighting that battle. It's not a fight.
yeah,
It's
I
not fair.
understand that, Sis B, but you also need to realize, right? Again,
Mm.
we're coming back to the man where, there's this how will I say it? There is a stage, some men, they are weak when it comes to their own family, dealing with their own family. Okay? And in as much as our men, they want to mitigate, okay, sometimes their own approach of resolving the problem further puts that lady in a vulnerable position. Okay, with the times that I worked in domestic abuse units, I have seen a lot, particularly with
I think we
specific.
probably need to do another show about, because yeah, we probably need to do another show
Yeah,
about in-laws,
yeah, but
mother-in-laws and sister-in-laws.
yeah, but also, you see, another thing, apart from brother-in-laws and sister-in-laws scenario, we also need to ask ourselves, even as mothers on this page, how are we raising our boys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because this is the elephant in the room that we all need to talk about. It's not just a case of bride price. It's not just because bride price is our culture. Yes, there are things that I would say maybe they should be revisited. You understand? But if you look at the Western culture, for instance, the British culture, for instance, they have the middle class and the upper class. They have something similar to what we have in our culture. The only difference is they are able to manage it differently because over the years, the civil society has been able to fight have been able to promote the right of the women. Even though we're not there yet in the Western country, like in Britain, for instance, we're not
Yeah.
where we ought to be, but
Mm.
we're seeing the product
Mm.
of that campaign, whereby
Yeah.
a woman is given more power, okay, or the woman is given more a platform to have a voice heard, if you know what I mean.
Mm. Mm.
But in it, as a woman, how are you raising your children? Are you
Mm.
raising your boys to feel superior? Are you raising your boys to feel entitled? Are you raising your boys to look down on their sisters? Okay, that's a topic for another. That's a very big topic
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
need
We
to
need to
look at.
touch that because yeah, that is kind of taking us away from the story for the day.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely need that discussion. Yeah, I've been
yeah.
planning to do
But
that. We'll
then
get to
when
it.
we look
Yeah.
at this lady, for instance, in all that she has built, for us who are diasporans, this lady has built, I mean, other people have touched on all of this. But one big thing here is there is no excuse for domestic abuse. There is no excuse for a perpetrator. When he's abused, when he's done it once,
Use PG no Dupe.
oh,
They go soon
oh,
flag us.
sorry. When a man begin, if man begin they beat woman or begin to abuse woman in any shape or form, you don't make excuses. Okay, you walk away because at the end of the day, money go finish, house go burn, or whatever it is that will happen. But in all of it, in hello,
Yeah, we they hear you.
yeah, but in all of this, the cocoa of the matter be say our life dey important, and for us as sisters, I know other people might have probably highlighted on this. For us as sisters, when we see red flag, I beg, marriage no dey give person trophy.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? If it's not working, there's no way. You don't get medals for being married. You don't get medals for being single either. So if it's not working, go away, walk away. And brothers, make yourselves useful. Become the protector. That's who you ought to be. You ought to be a
Yeah,
protector
absolutely.
for your
Yeah.
wife. You ought to be a
Mm-hmm.
protector for your children. And in wrapping up, above all of this, the question we should ask ourselves is, what do we gain in hurting someone else? How can love turn so sore that you feel to pie the person and remain? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dupe. Appreciate your contribution. It's rather unfortunate. We've got Gloria's husband, I believe.
Hey, Auntie B.
Good evening, Mr. Omojo. How are
Good evening,
you?
Auntie B. Good evening. How you doing?
I finally found Gloria, your wife. Did she tell you?
Yes, she did.
I was so happy. You're welcome.
Thanks. Uh it's rather sad the topic for this evening, Auntie B.
Mm,
This is Carlos. We have a situation where a mother lost two children.
yeah.
kids lost a father, kids lost a mother.
Mm-hmm.
This is callous. And I'm going to approach it from what I think in the tweet you showed some minutes ago of an Igbo guy who spoke about Igbos being emotional and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to speak on that perspective. And my question will be, yes, we are talking about legislation, how we can improve on Nigerian legislation in terms of how women can have more balance dealing with men. But I want to approach it from the cultural part of it. And is questions I'm going to leave on this platform. Apologies to my Igbo brothers and sisters on this platform, but it's some takeaway for us to reason
it's
together.
Learning. Yeah,
Yes,
it's learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are Igbo men emotional about marriage? From the little I know, I won't claim 100% knowledge of the Igbo culture. Is it possible that the kind of money that people spend before they marry an Igbo woman, could that be the reason they are emotional, that they take ownership?
You mean the bride price?
Yes, the bride price. Is it possible that I hear that when a girl is growing up, she's betrothed to a guy who is paying her fees, assisting the brothers, assisting the siblings? Before the woman gets to the man's home, the guy has invested so much.
Yeah, they are indebted. Yeah, that can be a factor, because it's a good thing you said that.
Yes.
We have a sister that came here. Remember I don't know if you saw that she was deported by the husband from the UK. That's exactly her situation.
Okay.
The younger brother was living with the man's family and learning this apprenticeship. You know, this Igbo apprenticeship thing that they learn for a number of years, then they will now settle you. So as a result of that, the parents said, you cannot leave. No matter what's happening to you, you must stay there. What do you want to happen to your brother if you leave the marriage?
Yeah.
So with everything she went through, she couldn't leave until the man himself threw her out.
Okay.
And took her 4 children.
So while we are looking at the legislative part of it, maybe this is a take home for us as parents, for us to begin to do an inward search. Because, I mean, by God's grace, I have 2 children. I have a daughter who today is an engineer, and I spent millions training in the US. She's working in the US. Who is that man that should marry to? I want to take ownership of my daughter? Who? The man is going to enjoy my daughter. I have spent so much on my daughter. So do we need to go back and check our culture? Are there things we need to unlearn and amend in addition to the legislation, so that men don't feel entitled that when they marry a woman, because they have invested so much, whatsoever come out of that relationship, they now own the woman? Maybe this is a puzzle I want to drop on the platform. Yeah. I mean, when I got married, I know the Benins, we don't give women out. I remember when I got married 24 years ago, my father-in-law told me that I am giving my daughter to you as a gift. I am not selling her. I recall it was 25 naira that I paid for my bride price, 25 naira and TB. So why should I wake up and say my wife is my property? So maybe that's what we need to go back to. Is our culture part of our problem in addition to our legislation? I just felt I should drop that TB.
Yeah, that's food for thought. Thank you so much, Mr. Moja. Really appreciate that. That's definitely something to think about.
Yes, ma'am.
Culture. Yes. Very, very important. Thank you.
Okay.
There are so many aspects of our cultures, you know, all across Nigeria, from the south, from the west, you know, from the east, that are problematic, especially when it comes to marriage again. Okay? For instance, let me give you another culture that I frown upon. I don't want us to, I want to round up now. The cultural thing is so deep that in some other, if you go to the West again, they will tell you that your husband and even the youngest brother, you have to, the kind of respect you have to be giving, you can't call them by name. So you have a brother-in-law that is 10 years old, you have to be calling him uncle. You know, that's Yoruba culture. The respect is so much. Whereas the wife is the one that will be doing all this respecting, and the in-laws are supposed to just be the one receiving the respect. Okay? Shouldn't you be the one respecting your brother's wife? Because your brother's wife and your brother are equals. If they are married, they become equal. So why is it that they twist it to the other side to say that it is the Yahweh that will, will be worshiping the very grand that the in-laws will walk upon, and it is not reciprocal? That's another cultural aspect that we need to think about. It's problematic. So I agree what with our dearest glorious husband has said. Culture, big problem with marriages in Nigeria. Worship team, you're welcome. Unmute yourself.
Okay. Hi. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Where are you joining us from?
Yeah, I'm joining you from London here.
All right. Okay. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I just want to say I really wanted to say congratulations, on your new house.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I've not been able to join the show since that time, but I just want to say that I don't want it to take away from what is happening. It's a joyous thing. We celebrate you, and there'll be more in Jesus' name.
Amen.
So it's a sad thing again that we're having to talk about this again. It's really sad, and especially for the parents, like that's lost 2 children. I just pray that the Lord will comfort that family, and the Lord will uphold the children involved and
Amen.
the wife that is left as well. It's so unfortunate, Sister B, because everything that has been said today, especially the lady that spoke before the 2 gentlemen, before Adewale and the other, I think she really touched, on a lot of things, and the other gentleman as well.
Bill.
And I really wanted to say, like, it's really sad that where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Culturally, we need a lot of work to do, legislatively as well. But then let's come back to the kind of support on ground. I'm coming from a different angle now. I've taken on board everything that everybody said, like training our children. They are all very vital. But let us look at the support system on ground. I think that is one area that is really key. If somebody wants to leave, if they're in an abusive relationship, a lot of the times, my sister, there's nowhere for them to go. There is no safe place. It's not that they don't want to leave. There is no safe place. Because I'm in my husband's house. And if a sister wants to leave, I'm held back. I want to help if it's an abusive situation or whatever. You really want to, but you're looking at yourself and you're thinking, so we need to come from a place where we come together and have, maybe a place. Let's have like a bank and say in UK here, London, we have 2 or 3 people. If you are going through this, we will support you. Understand what I'm saying? Until we start coming together like that and build a system like that. And then people know that, let me call this sister will be there for me. They will not shame me. They will not, make jest of me. They will support me until even if I want to go back, I will have a place to think and then make my choices. You understand? So that is one key fact. The other thing is, Sister B, apart from you that is talking, there is no man on this space, apart from Pastor Shola and maybe Pastor Kingsley, that is talking about these things. There is no other man that's out there that's talking about this thing called marriage and the things women go through until we have more men that are vocal about it, that are talking about it, because women are empowering themselves. We have a lot of people, on the ground that you can learn from. You can, you know how to look out for these red flags. You know how to, empower yourself before you go into marriage. You know how to look out for those signs. But these men that we're still going to, they have nothing. A lot of them are just going around with their ego and their 3 legs. You understand? That is all they are going about. That I am there, I am a man. A lot of them can't even provide.
Yeah. So
Which
being
is
a man is
sad.
enough. Just the fact that you're a man is okay. You don't
It's
need to bring
okay,
anything
and
else to the
it's
table.
really
Yeah.
wrong. So until we start having people that are out there that can talk and say, you know what, this is wrong. And a lot of things that these men don't realize is, if you don't treat a woman well, you will never progress. It is not a curse. You will never progress, my sister. The people, marriage is a beautiful thing. I thank God. A lot of people will testify that, oh, they've been in a beautiful marriage and marriage is beautiful. But for those men that have a home where things are going, let these other men go and see what they do. They sacrifice. They make sure that their women are happy, because the women are also contributing, making sure there's peace in the house. A house where a woman is not at peace will not rest. Where a woman is not happy, there will be no progress. It is not a matter of a curse. They will say, oh, this woman is in control. A home where a woman is in control, whether you like it or not, you see the man is happy. The man is the wisest man. Because he has allowed the wife to be, I'm saying it is, you understand what I'm saying, Stabi?
Yeah, I do.
We have to really give.
We need more voices. Yeah, we definitely need more voices.
Who
Yeah.
honor is due, And we see Pastor Shola say, no, it cannot be only him.
If you see the way they troll him, that video, the last of his video that I posted, I had to cut out a lot of things. I edited it. When he's doing the show, there's no name they don't call him. You this woman,
it's so sad, though.
you so this sad. You're always talking about. You're always favoring women. You're always doing this. Hey, why is you're always on the women's side? I say it is not a contest. We are not dragging anything.
No,
we're
working.
It is
together.
for the betterment of the home.
Yeah.
So that we'll start having stories like that. That is why it is good for you to take a pause. Some men don't allow their wives to watch Obodo TV.
It's when we have a parliament, what do you expect?
They don't allow their wives to watch Obodo TV. My husband say I cannot watch you. I say, what do you say I do? That is the extent it has, because to a man like that, automatically believes that the wife is going to learn something that she may use against him.
That means you are an abuser.
It's not about empowerment. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said to them.
I
say I have to watch it when my husband is not here. And again, I see some men that say that the women will tell me it is my husband that introduced me to your platform.
Yes. A man that wants progress, wants you to raise their children well.
They will say it is my husband that introduced me to your platform, Auntie B. So what are we saying? Some people want to learn, but some people want to remain in the past.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, that's it.
It is well. And Adewale, tell him that we are going to take Ashwebi.
Adewale said he's not even sure he will marry. That's what he told us one day.
We will pray. He will marry by God's grace.
He told us one day that he's not even sure.
He will find his bone of bone and his flesh of flesh. We will pray for him.
We'll do fasting and prayer for him. Thank you, my sister.
God will direct him his own.
Amen. I think it's because of his own experience too. He talks about his personal experience a lot here.
Okay.
The father did not treat the mother well at all. The mother suffered a lot, and she's still suffering to today. She's still in the marriage. So I think it may have traumatized him to make him see that, I don't want to do this. Yeah. The father is, from what he's told us, he didn't treat the mother well at all.
Yeah. Like I said, Sister B, our culture is beautiful if it is used properly. We have a beautiful culture, and marriage is beautiful. But we just have to do it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got to be done right.
It can't continue the way it's been done. It's not business as usual. Even so, it's not sustainable. It's not going to work.
It cannot. It only works. Sister B is only beautiful because you have a husband and a wife that work together. And can two work together except they agree? That's the only reason. That's the only way marriage is going to be beautiful. Marriage is not a union of one person. It's a union of two people.
Yeah.
Two people working together, not one person controlling.
Yeah.
And that's
Thank
what
you
makes
so
it
much.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It is well, my
absolutely.
sister.
Thank you, dear.
God
Thank you,
bless
sis.
you.
God bless
Yeah.
you. GB, you say you don't agree with what worship media is saying, but your connection is not good. So I'm going to add on more here and then we'll. Oh, okay. Okay, what part of what
Hello.
worship media said? Yeah, GB, you were saying you don't agree.
Yeah.
What don't you
No,
agree?
it was just a segment of what she said. She said something to do with building a community or having like a union for women, and she also mentioned something to do with if someone is in trouble, she won't be able to help. Something in the lines of because she has a husband and stuff. And I think that's just the only part I don't agree with
No,
because
I
I
don't think
feel
I don't think you got that right. No, that's not what she said. Abi,
something in the lines of that.
yeah, she was saying
Something
that
in the
perhaps if you have like, okay, let me hear what you have to say. Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is that building a community is a good thing. However, community starts from you. Community starts from the individual. It's not we can always hope and pray that we have. I mean, this is a great community, but all we can do is to raise awareness. But what are you doing for the sisters around you? I'm not here to toot my own horn, but I've been calling. I think I call sometimes, and I've always mentioned I have a son and I love my son to bits. And I'm a single mom, and I was in an abusive relationship, and I left with nothing. God has been good to me. Right now, I am, I'm doing so well, amazingly well. I have a good job and everything, and someone put a message one time on Instagram saying that there's a pregnant lady being abused in Surrey. Is there anyone in Surrey? And someone tagged me to that. I had no idea who this person was, but I said, I will help her because I have been abused before. I don't want anyone to be abused. Now, my sister, on the other hand, lives not far from me, and she has a husband. And we were all able to help this woman. I housed this woman with 2 children under the age of 5, and she was 8 months pregnant. I had police in my house. I had ambulance in my house because the husband pushed her down and was treating her like a slave in our own house. So
So
I
it's a good
didn't
thing
know
that
this
you,
person.
yeah, GB, maybe it's the Holy Spirit. I don't know. Are you a Christian?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Oh, I remember you now.
Yeah.
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 It's a good thing that you brought up that maybe it's the gods, it's your gods that are directing you to bring that up.
No, yes, I believe in God, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think, yeah.
Because what
Sorry,
it
go on,
is
Josh.
that what you have just said now, well done, first of all. Thank you for, looking out for a sister, for being there. And I totally agree with you that, it starts from me and you. Community starts from individuals, from a family, and then to the extended, community. I have a similar situation right now because I've been really, really busy. I haven't done the live shows for some days now. It's been crazy, busy and on all that. I have a woman exactly what you just described now. There's a woman exactly in that position right now. She's 8.5 months pregnant. I'm going to bring her here.
Oh
I think
my
it was on
God.
Thursday we agreed. Okay, the police have told her to go back to Nigeria. She came
Wow.
on a student visa. Her visa is soon going to expire. She was with this guy, and the guy, oh my God, I don't know how to describe it. It's bad. The
I
police
was in the
came.
exact same situation. She's not going
So
back to Nigeria. Of course,
now
they will tell
she's
her
going.
that.
She needs someone like you in that area now. No accommodation. She cannot work.
L-
8 months
l-
and half pregnant.
let's talk after this, please, because obviously it's very emotional for me because I've been in that situation. She's eight and a half
Right.
months pregnant.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'll message you on WhatsApp, Sister B, if that's
Please.
okay, and we can
Please.
talk on the side.
Let's
And
talk. Oh, and she's
I
gonna be
just
on the
feel, yeah,
show because I don't
let's
know.
do
I
it.
don't even. When she started talking to me, I was like, "What?"
And
I
this
mean,
is the
things are
thing, Sister B.
happening.
This is you know what? I know I don't want to take away from your show because there's someone that unfortunately could have been saved by a sister like us. And a lot of people have left comments, and I would always say it's always down to the individual. Like, what are you doing to help a sister out? Are you going to give 100% support to that person, or you're going to talk
Yeah.
about the
I
person
mean, to
behind
be
their back?
fair,
Are you going to sideline the
over the
person?
farm. Yeah, to be fair, on this platform, we
Yeah,
give God the glory. Over the farm, we are doing.
yeah,
People are doing things here. People
yeah,
are very,
yeah,
very supportive here.
yeah.
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 We've been doing it and we'll continue
I
to
think
do it.
we do, yes, we do so much. I mean, I've always been a part of, I mean, I just heard about you not long ago from my sister, and I've always been a part of your show. And I think it's so amazing what we do. And I'm always trying to support someone because I've
Yeah.
been there before. I know how
Yeah.
it's like. If
Yeah.
every single, I mean, Obodo Farm were good, but if we can raise awareness and just continue to spread the love. I was homeless with a child, a 3-month-old child, and a stranger took me in. How am I going to treat the next person that is homeless?
Yes.
Of course, I'm going to treat them with that same love. And that
Yeah.
person will continue to treat other people with that same love. That is what we
Absolutely.
need to instill in
Yeah.
us. And
Yeah.
if there's anybody that say, oh, don't watch Obodo TV and all that because the person will influence it, that person is an abuser. And I've always said, yeah, I'm a single mom, I'm proud of it, but I would never, ever settle for less. I would never settle for anything less than 100 or 100%. And when I mean 100%, I understand people have flaws, but what I'm trying to say is, I want to bring 100% to this relationship. You bring 100% to this relationship.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, 100% for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to manage that. You know, someone said something in the lines of, you know, if you know that your man is like this, don't share your account. Why do I want to do that? I want to be able to say, listen, this is how much I earn, but then this is how much we're going to put together. Some wise man said, everybody should have this account. You have your account, I have my account, and we have an account, a joint account.
Is it not somebody that has something to bring that puts something in a joint account?
Then why do I want to be with someone that has nothing to offer? You see, this is what I'm trying to say. Why do I want to settle for someone that is not like I'm a go-getter? I'm telling you, this time 3 years ago, or maybe 4 years ago, I had nothing. When I didn't have money for nappies, but now God has been so good to me. I'm a high rate payer, whatever they call it, you know. And why would I keep that to myself? When someone has helped me, of course I will help other people. And those ones who help other people, this lady was skinny. She was 8 months pregnant. Her husband pushed her down the stairs. She was skinny. She invited me for her child's 1-year-old party.
Yeah,
She
it's the same thing that happened to
better.
this one that I'm talking about now. He pushed her. He pushed her 8.5 months pregnant.
God forbid. The same story.
The police came, they said she should go back to Nigeria. I say, go.
Of course,
go back
that's what they will say. But don't worry, we'll talk on the side.
Right.
But this lady looks even better than when she was married.
Yeah.
Kind of, and somebody will say marriage is a blessing. Marriage is supposed to be a blessing, but when it's a curse, please walk away and then go to a sister, and that sister should be able to help you. That's life. That's sisterhood. Community is good, but then we start with ourselves, and then from there, when we see other like minds like us, we now build a community. We can't just sit back and wait. I'm always happy to. We'll talk anyway. But that's all I wanted to say, and I'm going to. I'm just going to stop it here. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you, GB. Thank you. You've just opened that conversation for me now, and you've made it easier now because I've already put the information out there. She's in the UK, by the way. This young lady I'm talking about. She's in the UK. So, my goodness. Amoye, welcome, my darling. You know the thing, Amoye, my darling, you know what is happening now?
What?
God help us. You know, since Blessing, what's her name? The Nigerian woman that came on the show. What's that her name again?
Joy. Is it Joy?
Since Joy came on the platform, Nigerians no let me rest again. I'm scared of opening my WhatsApp group now. My WhatsApp is being flooded with Nigeria requests now. You know, because I hear say, you know, our Nigerians when they don't hear with 1 year, they just say, oh, Nigeria they collect money now. Everybody.
Exactly. Everybody wants.
People they send me pictures of their different conditions where we say, if even they catch me, please, it's not that we don't want to help, but we are not a fundraising charity. We are not even registered charity like that. We're just trying to do the small community that God has given us power. Not that I don't want to help you people, Jotori alone. And you people should go and help us look for what do they call them? Sponsors that will be giving us money to help you so that we can help you more people in Nigeria. But for now,
exactly.
Welcome, Mama.
We will get there. Thank you, Sister B. We will get there. We'll definitely get there. But when we get there, we get there. The one that we are doing is the one where our hands count.
We are doing that. We are doing it. God is helping us. Yeah, we'll continue to do that.
Exactly. Thank you very much. I've missed you. Well, Steph. I can't look. I say, Abi, Abi, has she moved? Maybe she has moved. Though. Maybe
I'm covered in paint and contractors every day.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can
I'm
imagine
talking,
that.
if you see me this weekend, eh? Hi, Jesus.
I
You'll feel
know.
sorry for me.
But na better thing. Na better thing.
Jesus.
It's okay.
Mm.
I understand. And when I no see you, I say, I understood. I was like, "Okay, she's probably busy."
I
But
just
I
couldn't
just,
squeeze it in. I know even
yeah.
I
No,
know
you
even
really,
fit.
I know.
Mm.
You they try. You honestly, you they try. Kudos to you. I doff my heart. I might
Thank
doff my filler. I might be and be
you.
a tie to you. You are
I
trying
miss
well.
everybody. I'm like, oh my God, we never do live stream. Eh?
I
Oh,
know.
nothing like
I
this live
do.
stream, the energy,
Yeah,
the obodo spirit.
exactly.
I miss it.
Exactly.
If you miss
Exactly.
me, I miss you too, Jare. Nothing like the live stream where we they laugh, we share, we
Hon-
learn, we tease each
Honestly.
other. We love it. Yeah.
And you know the thing we say healing did this live stream.
Oh
That not
yeah.
the thing. There's a lot
Yeah.
of healing that takes place.
People don't send me message, Itaya, Auntie B, where are you? I miss your live stream. Oh, where are you? I say, bah.
You know when they say maybe this live stream you can't stop it because this is where healing takes
No,
place.
no,
Oh.
no,
You
no, I
can't.
can't. I can't.
That's
Mm.
become synonymous with you. You can't do it. So on this very topic, everybody, the last lady that spoke, I really like the angle she came from. I really,
Mm.
really do. I understand her point so much. And thanks to her for for helping that lady that was stranded. Everybody that has commented so far, brilliant. What else do I want to say? I mean, all those people that commented, it's almost like they were just reading script from my mind and just laying
Mm.
it out. Adewale, our table breaker, glorious husband from glorious husband, bo, who else again? There was another lady that came on
Yes,
and I
Nenye,
said,
Nenye,
yeah,
Nenye.
oh my
She
god,
spoke so well.
oh my
Everybody
goodness.
has spoken well, including Dupe.
Everybody,
Mhm.
including Dupe, everybody. So me, I'm just going to take it from the foundational aspect of it, which I think maybe some of us have touched on. But foundationally, we have a problem in Nigeria because where you have a foundation that has been built on the backs of men, for like the standard has been a man from the beginning, right?
Mm.
And you have
Mm.
that being passed down from generation to another generation to another generation. It becomes a problem. In
Mm.
that, when they are doing that, they lose sight of the women and the children. And you have to remember then, right? Men can take up to 5 wives, as many wives as they can, right? And put them in
Mm.
different places and have multiple children for farming purposes, right? So the woman was seen as just a manufacturing company for babies. That's all. There was no love. There was nothing. How did they even used to choose women? How they used to marry is that, oh, your father saw one family, good family, and the daughter is very okay for their son, and that's it. You
Mm.
understand? So there was nothing external that they looked out for. It was mostly the physical and how well this woman can produce children. So when you're coming from a foundation like that, it takes a while. The problem is that even the people who have, even the families who have children back home, and as extended when they travel, it extends, is that they don't even train their children in that way, right? So you
Mhm.
see a man, even or parents, like bringing down their children, the way they even talk to the children, the way they address you as a child, the way they will talk to you just to bring you down. First of all, you can't talk in front of elders.
Mhm.
They will de-emasculate, or be how they say they use the big grammar back. What
Mhm.
they go
Emasculate.
emasculate the man, or if the
Mm.
woman na person when they talk, when get boldness, as in she they like to talk, they go say it's stubborn, right? They go put labels on these people. So when they grow up, I tell you a quick story. There was a guy I knew in Nigeria then from a very wealthy home. This guy, he was working for his father, but before he started working for his father, he was in the UK. He
Mhm.
wanted to separate himself from his family because he said, he had issues with his father. And at that time, he just wanted to be on his own. The guy started trying to come up, selling t-shirts on the streets of London and stuff like that, right? And then I think he married very young. At the age of 17, 18, he was married. So he had a very adult maturity at that age, right? And with all the suffering, when he couldn't
Mm.
take the suffer much more, he came back and begged his father. His father now sat him down and said, see, from the clothes you wear to the pata that you're wearing, know that it is I who is giving it to you. You cannot breathe without me. You cannot talk without me. You cannot. So even though he's working for his father in his father's company, he's still a boy to his father. You understand? So even to the woman that he wants to marry, right? Because my papa no get money, so that was the issue then. Like, my father is not a known man in Lagos. Who know my papa? Nobody sent, right? And they are all these high class families. Say, sorry, we both agree that it's not going to work. So follow, go. Me, I even told him, I said, I can't. My parents don't know how to eat.
You said go join you for the boy. You go be boy, second boy.
Exactly. I mean, I get mouth right from time, and I know this will be stand by. So you already know that one for my body. So I say, I feel go insult your family. So it's just better. Let everybody do their own. No, it's true.
Go insult the family.
Yes, I go insult them because I said I don't have time. Anyway, long story short, the guy continued this till this very moment. The wife he married, it was his mom or his parents that chose the wife for him. He didn't even marry from Nigeria, first of all. He married from Ethiopia, whatever, right? Because whatever, right? So why am I saying all of this? So that kind of picking, if he born children, how you want me to treat the girls? His own sisters, they don't have a voice in the family. His own
their parents don't put them under their armpit all their lives. That's another thing. A lot of African parents don't know how to respect when children have become adults. That they have ability to make decisions and stand on their own. They will still want to treat them like children.
Exactly.
That's another aspect of the culture that we need to really unlearn.
Exactly.
How you want to teach all these old people? How you want to teach them? But it's not only old people, even people in my generation, they do it too.
Young, because it continues. Now circle now, so it continues. So waiting that pikin learn when it's unless you're bold enough to break away, unless you're strong enough to stand on your own, because this is what needs to happen. It has to be like the lady that spoke right now before me. It has to be an individual thing. You have to be bold and and whatever fear it is you have, find a community that will support you in standing on your own if you feel like you can't, because it has to start as an individual thing. There's a lot that needs to be unlearned. Until that takes place, it's going to continue. And even till now, you still have people who are still perpetrating the same old, ancient, archaic, barbaric ways of doing things. Because it favors them. Even the so-called women in House of Reps or whatever that managed to get there, they are queen bees. They become queen bees. They don't want any other woman to come in. They also perpetrating the patriarchal mindset and archaic way of doing things. Women, not they did when they bring all this bill forward. Why they never stand up say no? We need to address women issues. I never hear them before. So they
I don't think that they are voiceless. They are just there to decorate the place.
Thank you. But if you want person talk, because if you have a voice and you use it, people will be forced to listen to you. Because a lot of women are suffering the same type
of people that go to that place, they just go there to share money. That's what you used to know about Nigerian politics. That's why I don't do politics. Anything that has to do with politics, they vex me.
They vex me too. No, I'm just saying they outline the issues when we get. Why we say we still in 2022, this woman, even though the man shows sign, and somebody said in the comment section, the woman may not have even known that she was in a situation like that.
Yes, I mean, a lot of them, people send me message. They say until I started watching Obodooyinbo TV, I didn't even know that this is not right. I didn't know.
Exactly. They don't know. Yeah. They don't know. They don't know the things
because if this is what is happening all around you, you think it's normal.
Exactly. You understand? So because Nigeria na very toxic society, as Adewale talk, women are not seen as anything. Honestly, they don't value. Do you know how many women they on our life for Nigeria? When we know they hear, when they enter news. the many, or that the
Then
children,
they send them
even
to me now. I say, no, I beg. No, we're not fit to do all of them. No, we're not
we
fit
not we
because
not we do
your
all
people
of
go
them.
just
We
dey sad. We need to mix them up. Once in a while, we do we
exactly.
do other ones. We know if you just dey do story of say they lead people all the time. No, 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 no,
No,
no.
we not fit. It's even not mentally, I beg. Mental health is very important. So me just they align, say this issue na foundational issue. So
Yeah.
people individually and involve the men and the women. They say not enough voice. Let the men put their voice out because women cannot do it alone. I think Egosa said it in one of Common Sense live video. Women really can't do it. They need the men. So men that are because the truth is, so when you want to bring about change, people go fight back. You see, Pastor Shola videos when they share. So let the strollers stroll. Now their work be that. But whatever needs to change regardless, whether they troll them or not. I respect him for doing the work, and I pray he continues, and he continues to have the strength to do it. And we need more men on this table that will be vocal about it and not be, not hide out and hide, because no parent will want to see their son or their daughter go through what we've been talking about. No,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
see anyone.
Unfortunately.
It's
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's a
Mm.
foundational thing. I just hope that, whatever, I pray that, this family is comforted, because this is it's a heartbreaking, eh? Heartbreaking news for a very successful woman that could this is someone that could have changed people's lives also in her community,
Mhm.
people that are close to her, that was just snuffed out. This
Thank
is
you.
someone that could have done that. So thank you very much
Mm.
again for this video.
Thank you, my
I
darling of
appreciate
my.
you.
Take
We'll
care.
see you
Continue to
again.
dance and be happy.
I will. I must.
Continue to dance. So, cheers, my darling. She, unmute yourself. We're rounding up now. You are the last, but not the least
Hi, can you hear me?
caller.
Hi, can
Yeah.
you hear me? Hi, thank you for letting me speak. Thank you for your platform and congratulations on your property. I
Thank
just wanted to
you.
contribute really, really quick. And I think listening to your program and just going back and listening to other shows that you have done, and I'm a young person, and something that really scares me is really marriage, especially marriage to an African person, and a person who has been raised up with a very, very, very traditional and archaic point of view. So I kind of agree with Adewale a bit.
Mhm.
Um, and when you were talking, something that really came to my mind was, I don't know what your stance is on feminism, or what this platform stance is on feminism. And I'm not talking about like radical feminism. I'm talking about like
I
feminism.
try not to get too political because when you start to get political, it's problematic for a lot of people. We have a lot of learning and unlearning to do.
Right.
So I try not to be political for now. I don't think we are ready for that conversation yet.
Okay, so I'll just basically say a woman's right to herself, her right to own, her right to be her own person and not be suppressed by any form of patriarchy, right? That's just what I'm going to say. And I
Mm.
think about people who are not as educated. Nigeria is 50% poverty, if not more. And
More.
people don't go to school. We have the opportunity to be outside the country, but back home, a lot of women, like you said, don't have a voice, or they don't believe that they have a voice. And when
Mhm.
people who are learned are trying to say, you know what, woman, you are your own person. You have a right to so many things. These same women, because they don't know, and because they don't live in an environment that is conducive for them to know themselves as humans, they still come against the movement, and then there's a lot of misinformation. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's why I really, really agree with your platform, and and
Mm.
and I hope that moving forward, like we can do better. And kudos to people who are on the ground and back home, just doing the work and still going into these remote areas and trying to educate people that some things are not normal. The things that
Yeah.
you are doing on your platform that people are like, what? Are you
Mm.
kidding me? That's not normal?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's like kudos to everybody that's doing that, and that's just really what I wanted to add. Um,
Thank you so much, Shay. I
yeah.
appreciate you. You are absolutely spot on when you said that. Speaking up, speaking up, we need to continue to speak. Worship team, you are still here. I thought you left. You've had your say, haven't you? Okay, now your connection. Did you want to say something else?
Just wanted to say, all I was saying, can you hear me now?
Yes.
All I was saying was, maybe she misunderstood what I was saying, that we've all helped one way or the other
Mm,
people that are going through circumstances. And a
mm,
lot of the times they've decided to go back. And that's what I was saying, that you've got to provide that opportunity for them to do that. That's what they want to do. But
yeah.
I'm
Even the
just saying,
police, when the police remove people, they still go back.
they still go back. And that's
They
what I
do.
was trying to say. All I was
But
just
you
saying
know
is,
what? I mean, from my own professional experience, I'll tell you that a lot of times when you remove people, yeah, 99.9% they will go
they,
before a woman will have the courage to leave, especially African women, they would
yeah,
have gone back and forth like four,
it's
5 times.
inbuilt in us to
Yeah,
stay.
yeah.
It's inbuilt
They
in
keep going
us.
back. They keep going back for so
Yeah,
many
that's what
reasons. That's
I'm
why
just
we talked
saying,
about
that,
the societal pressure, to
yeah,
maintain a marriage at all
yeah,
costs.
yeah.
Mm,
All I'm saying is, if that could be possible, that we should have like a bank. If people are willing to help, let us train ourselves so that we know what to do. Maybe we have a home, we have people that will have homes. That's, I know we are a support already. I'm just saying, let's
yeah,
have
I
something
understood what you were
tangible in
saying.
place.
Yeah, I
You
do.
understand
I
what I'm
understand
saying?
what you were
That's
saying.
just my suggestion, that maybe we can be 10 sisters, that we know that, oh, if something is happening, so and so person, let me call her. She's in that area. She can provide a refuge, or listening
Mm,
here for that person. That's
mm.
my point. That's what I was saying. Okay,
All
sis.
right. All right.
We're doing an amazing job on the platform as it is. I'm just saying,
Mm,
take it a step further. Just a suggestion. Just a
mm.
suggestion.
Yeah,
We're
I'm already doing I'm doing what I can. So
yeah,
I'm gonna challenge everyone listening now, including yourself,
yes,
to do more as well.
yeah,
Because it's
that's
not
it.
one
Yeah,
person. Yeah, I
yeah,
might have the platform by the grace of God. We didn't start here. We're moving, growing, but everybody can do something.
yeah,
We can all do
yeah,
something.
which
It's not
is,
just one person
it
because the
is,
one person
yeah.
is overwhelming. It's
No, it
tiring.
is.
It's a
Which is
burden.
why I said, yeah,
You
build a
know.
bank of people, and then it's
Mm,
spread. The work
yeah.
is spread. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing
Okay.
amazingly well. A lot of people have been saved, a lot of lives have been saved. And it's just, it can only just get better. It can only just get better. Like
Yeah.
the lady said, the community starts with each one of us. And each
Yeah.
and every one of us is doing their bits. Their bits.
Yeah.
They're very, the
Yeah.
one, I have a case at hand that I'm handling, but I think that's why I contacted you.
Yeah.
But that's a case for another day. You
Yeah. We're
understand what I'm
rounding
saying?
up
So
now.
everybody is doing one thing, but it's being inbuilt in us that we have to save our marriage. And that's where we need to break. That's where we need to break that. If something is not working, you need to take a break. It might work later, but step away first.
Yeah.
And that's the lesson there.
All
So it
right.
is well.
No problem. Thank you so much, worship team. Brand new to Food said, I thought that's what the WhatsApp group are for. Yeah. A lot of people are in the WhatsApp group, but guess what? They don't engage. When people ask for information, they don't even, I think some people, I don't know if they really understand what the WhatsApp groups are for. You know, in the past, we've had some really good help in the WhatsApp group, and there are some people there who are very helpful. But a lot of people just join because they hear Obodo TV, there's WhatsApp group, so they join, but they are not really active. The WhatsApp groups are for people to share information, advice if we need help. Like someone is looking for accommodation, they are fleeing, they need accommodation in a certain area, somebody to provide information. You might not have it, but you go out there and find the information and present it to the person. That's what it's for. But our people sometimes, and then again, I can't blame people because people are so busy, and people have been really generous in this platform, especially when it comes to giving of their resources. And they'll continue to be by the grace of God, because like I said, Isha Oluwa là ń ṣe. It is the work of God that we are doing. And it is God that has given us this mandate, because otherwise human being no get power. You no get power at all. It is well. So this is where we're going to rest this one tonight. It's unfortunate what happened to Chichi. Cause please accept my condolence, and I pray that the soul of Chichi and her brother will rest with the angels. As for Mr. Emmanuel, You will see what Kirikiri is like in Nigeria. You will soon see. Whatever it is that was possessing you before, that was making you feel like, you could do whatever you like. Now you deprive your children of their father, their mother. Think about the future of those children. Now, what's going to happen? Who's going to look after them? Would they have to send them back to Nigeria? How the aged grandparents going to be able to fend for them, train them? University, secondary school, the oldest is 14, all because you could not control yourself. My people, let's do better. Let's do better. Please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. So if you are in the UK, the story I was telling you just now about the young lady that I want to bring here, please, I'm going to need serious help and advice with that one. Okay, we're going to need help with that one. She lives in Bedfordshire. Bedfordshire, that's where she lives. Do we have anybody around Bedfordshire? Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire? Please, if you have a spare room that you are not using, that she can stay. She's very, very heavy. Contact me. All right. This is a young woman. She's very desperate. She's got nowhere to go. We need, if you've got a spare bedroom, that's where she can stay for now until she's able to find her feet, and you don't mind, without paying rent, because she doesn't have money for rent. This is the work of God. If you know God has laid it in your heart, it's not the one that will come and put her in the house and every day will start giving her stress and say, come and live. When are you leaving? If you really know that, that you can. Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire, she needs a room. That is the immediate thing now. Her accommodation is almost up. She will come here and narrate the whole story. Gigi, you are in Hertfordshire. Okay. Do you have a room? If you have a room, please, this young lady needs a big sister. She needs a mother. She needs someone that will take her in, And I'm going to bring her on Thursday to share her story. Let's see what we can do to help her, because we don't want her to be taken back to Nigeria. She's heavily pregnant. She can't go back to Nigeria now to what? She hasn't got any help. She doesn't have any relative here. Nobody. The situation is so serious that the mother is thinking of going to go and collect loan from Nigeria to send. Do you know what it means to collect money from Naira and send to the US, to the UK for rent? If you are renting, even if it's single room, per month in areas like that, like Bedfordshire, maybe 400, 350. I don't know. London is more expensive, but still, she can't afford it. She needs succor. She needs help. So the immediate need is accommodation. So if you're in Bedfordshire, you're in Hertfordshire, and you can help, along. Don't look away, or remember what the word of God says. Whatever you do to the least amongst you, you've done it to me. This is what God wants us to do. He wants us to help one another. So don't harden your heart if you have a spare room and you can help. Okay, Gigi, yeah, we'll talk. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, she'll come here. I'll bring her story on Thursday, so she'll come and narrate it with her mouth. Because me, I'm done telling stories for people. I've told a lot of people. They say, please, Auntie B, I want you to be the one sharing it. You see, that's the problem with our people again. Now you get problem, are they here? I'm trying to help you, but you still no one come. Because you say, maybe one thing, and they will hear my voice. In the past I was doing it, but now I don't just get. I can't do it because I'm juggling too many things. So if you really need help, you go come, because we are trying to help. So you need to be responsible. Take on some of the responsibility of helping yourself. Okay, not just dump everything for Budu Farm head saying now we go do everything. No. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, Thursday I'll be here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do any live stream before then, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Please give the DJ a thumbs up. If you're in Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire, you've got a room, contact me. Okay? If you've got a job, I don't know whether she can work now. Someone that's almost giving birth, can she work? She cannot work. So let's not talk about work first. Maybe if you got baby things, I don't know whether she have baby things. We'll see what we can do when she finished narrating, because I don't know the whole story yet. It was just a summary she gave me. Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here tonight. I'll see you on Thursday night. God bless you. Uju, you are here. Oh, God bless you, sis. Thank you so much, Amoye. Connor, my darling, pretty girl. Samolu, how buddy? I throw a salute to. Thanks everyone for your contribution. I'll see you in my next one. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you are catching this video later, because I know this happens all the time, this is not about Igbo men or non-Igbo men. We are talking about what is wrong in our cultures all across Nigeria. And also as a big carry tribe for head. Like best way they sell beans or rice. This is not about culture, your tribe. This is about unlearning things that are wrong in our culture all across Nigeria. The only reason why we're calling Igbo is because Emmanuel is Igbo. When our sister Chinyere is here. You know, the name na Chinyere, now be Igbo name. Some of them go still can't jump for this video now when we finish now. And I say every time you're always talking to people, man. Every time you're always talking to not be Igbo people that be. Make I change their tribe to Edo. It is well. Don't be sentimental. More when they see truth, they talk, and don't be sentimental and emotional because na tribe. Tribe no help anybody. It doesn't matter. For obodooyinbo here, nobody cares about your tribe in Nigeria. If nobody even cares about your country, whether you are Nigerian or you are Ghanaian or Sierra Leone, then okay, all of us, dudu niwa. We're all dudu. So let's say the truth and help our people. I'm just going to leave it here tonight. It is well. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good evening. Have a good afternoon. Facts only. Tiki Shack. You say you married, did you say you married an Igbo man or Yoruba one? Which one did you say you married? They always see your comments. Bele, it is well with you. God bless you. Yeah. Sentimental. Very sentimental. Hey. Nigerians and tribe. Now, what that country now, why it be where as it be so now? Tribalism is one of the major problem we have. Where you come from? Where you come from? It's so important to them where you come from. What does it matter? It doesn't matter. It is well. Bye, everyone. We'll see you on Thursday night. Make we leave on here. Take care, everyone. God bless you. If you need to reach me on WhatsApp, please do not hesitate. Okay? People from Nigeria, sorry, you. Mona no verse you. I beg you. I beg you. Our power never reach una side, you. When he reach, when God take us reach that corner, we will remember. But Mona no verse. Konche gberaga. But our power never reach that side to the send money. Okay? We serve the hustle for you. It is well. Thank you, everyone. I'll speak to you in my next one. Have a good evening. Bye.